Thanks so much for tuning in to Sister Soul, the main radio. You are tuned into the largest platform of the best information that is here to bring you proper insight into everything that you need to know in your divine mind, bringing clarity and actually disseminating any artificial information that has been implanted in your mind so that we are able to move past that and grow in our areas that we need to. So what we're going to do right now, guys, is we're going to play a couple of songs and get you guys ready for this build because I have a lot for you guys to speak about today. Just so you know, we will have a few things going on that may be offensive to some of my listeners. Unfortunately, due to my programming, I do have to consistently go with the information that is brought to me. Whatever I find that is informative or information I think should be shared or brought to anyone's attention, I feel the need to do so. So, if you are offended by anything that you hear in today's programming, please understand it is just news. Thank you so much for tuning in to Sister Soul on the main radio. You are listening to the Talk About It segment. Let's get started.
Who are you? You don't know? Don't tell me Negro. That's not it. What were you before the white man named you a Negro? And where were you? And what did you have? What was yours? What language did you speak then? What was your name? It couldn't have been Smith or Jones or Bunch or Powell. That wasn't your name. They don't have those kind of names where you and I came from. No, what was your name? Being here in America doesn't make you an American. Being born here in America doesn't make you an American. If that made you an American, you wouldn't need any legislation. You wouldn't need any amendments to the Constitution. No, I'm not an American. One of the 22 million black people of the victims of America. One of the 22 million black people who are victims of democracy. Nothing but disguised hypocrisy. I see America through the eyes of a victim.
The truth about slavery, many refuse to respect. How my people built this country off their own blood and sweat. America's just that house that slavery built. And I'ma speak on the facts since no one else will. Your name in capital letters is a corporate entity, while you remain suspect to intellectual property. James Marion Sims, father of gynecology, experimented on slave women in the 1840s, trying to invent the C-section. Hundreds of babies died at birth, but they still support the medical system. It's bad as shit works. No cure for cancer, AIDS. Wait, ain't y'all a little late?
Being here in America doesn't make you an American. Being born in America doesn't make you American. You wouldn't need any legislation. You wouldn't need any amendments to the Constitution. No, I'm not an American. The 22 million black people who are the victims of democracy.
They came up with the plan to kill it through revolution and war. Man would be free no more if you would make that grade. Unaware and deadly blind, the dumbed downness of mankind. They are hiding in plain sight, running the show without a fight. Modern day slavery got people working day and night. Almighty dollar in their sight, chasing into the light. If I work a little bit harder, one day I'll be alright. They tax our land, they tax our weight, they tax the bed in which you lay, they tax our food, they tax our drink. They tax us every time we think. And it's really about control, cause the dollar ain't worth a thing. Piece of paper and some big sticks of pain and so green.
This is American justice. This is American democracy. And those of you who are familiar with it know that in America, democracy is hypocrisy. Now, if I can prove that it is not hypocrisy on hypocrisy, Democracy. If democracy means freedom, why aren't our people free?
All right, all right, all right. What's going on? Yes, guys, we are definitely about to get into some very great information today. As I stated, say this one time, this information, I do apologize. I will only be, showing factual information. Speaking about things that are in our government's records and in certain books that are pretty old, a few picks that I have brought down the line. So, yeah, we're going to talk about a couple of things. What we're going to do first off is get into a little bit of a description of some terms, right? I want to talk about the word Caucasian. We're going to really get into some descriptive terms here. When we think about Caucasian, Ca, let's break down some of the word, get into a little bit of etymology, description, and terms, and the way that a word is actually presented. Caucasian, we'll speak about the Ca, C-A-U, the Catalan, Welsh, from Latin, Cavis, from Proto-Indo, European, Carthros County, Greek, Ca, C-A-U, also Caus, C-A-U-S-T, C-A-U-S, C-A-U-T in caution, used in caution. The etymology, Holocaustos, which means complete. Burned, it was a Hebrew translated. That particular word comes from the Hebrew translation, and the Hebrew translation being burned, meaning burned, literally. That which goes up in smoke. The Irmacoccus, gradual oxidation from exposure to air and moisture, as in the decay of old trees or dead animals. When we're thinking about dead animals, keeping in mind the chemical compounds and the biological makeup and considering RH factor. I'll read that once again. Gradual oxidation from exposure to the air and the moisture, as in the decay of old trees or dead animals. It's a slow combustion taking place in the presence of air, water, and possibly accompanied by a kind of fermentation. If you're familiar with fermentation, and when we think about air and combustion, and we're thinking about heat and things burning, we're going to get into some thoughts of mine when it comes to this. A slow decomposition of organic matter. Number 3, a slow decomposition of organic matter. Okay? All right. And going back to Galvano, which is caustic. It is related to the use of the galvanic, dynamical electricity, heat, as in caustic, taking us back to caustic, especially when it comes to medicine, science, biological, chemical, splicing human genes, things of that nature. Just use your head here. Everything that needs to be said is not spoken from the mouth. Galvano, cautery, C-A-U, cautery, processed by a knife or a needle hit with the passage of a galvanic electronic current. A galvanic electronic current causes the cautery. Okay? Hypocaust, the sacrifice and the burning of a horse. Keep coming to the same meaning. They come back to the same meaning. We're thinking about organic, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We're thinking about gene splicing. We're thinking about things coming from fermentation. We're thinking about sacrifice and burning of animals, right? The Holocaust. Holocaust definition is the great complete devastation or the destruction, especially by fire. There's more destruction by fire. Is there destruction? Is there the chemical makeup of something that has been soldered? When we're thinking about what goes back to the cartering and the heat that is a process with the galvanic electronic current, right? We're talking about a sacrifice completely consumed by fire, a sacrifice that is completely consumed by fire, a burned offering. Many religions of past use sacrifice to the gods and animals or humans, perhaps. Another form of Holocaust. Mass slaughter of the human Jews is another descriptive term of the Holocaust. Once again, the destruction of human life when there is a massive destruction, when there is anything that pertains to a sacrifice, the heating up of specific things. These things all come to mind. Any mass slaughter of life, Euro, EUR from Euro, European, Euro. The word is a forming element. Euro means it is a forming element. So when we think of European, it is the forming element, the element of the peon. We'll get into that. Asian, inhabitants of Asia Minor. Latin, Greek, inhibitor, Asia Minor. Euro, the word forming element, Euro. Asian, 1300, Latin, Greek. Could also be from Akkadian, ASU, Akkadian, which is to go out, coming from a place in rise, to go out, to rise, in reference to the sun. Asia. I hope you guys are paying attention. Some people may be getting a bit bored, but if you're using your mind, you should possibly be following me. I'll say this again. Asia, 1300, Greek. Also from Akkadian, 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 ASU, which is to go out, to go out. It is also to rise. It is also in a reference to the sun. It is also the land of the source of sunrise. I don't know if y'all following me or not, but I mean, it couldn't be getting too boring if you're paying attention. So when breaking these things down, let me actually put an invite to my chat. So if anyone's interested in joining, you guys may possibly be able to hear a build on some of my YouTube listeners. So what we're going to do is put this out because I definitely like some insight into this. Now this, guys, these descriptive terms, when showing these things, talking about these things, breaking them down with the etymology of words and spell binding. And when descriptive terms can give you or lay out a story for you, using your mindset to make sure that you are correctly tuning in or focusing. Focus is a hard thing sometimes, right? But focusing on the correct things to make sure that you're putting your mind in the right spot. So when hearing these things, there are certain things that you have to reel through your mind. There's wave formatting, this wave formatting that I consistently tell you guys that will build up or break down the mind. Are we looking to build the mind or break the mind down? We need to have it sufficient in all ways. So when doing so, obtaining proper information, bringing in or absorbing proper information is the way to actually take those things and tune them out. So when we tune these things out that are improper in the mindset, when the mind is able to focus on truth, reality, and factual information, then we can open portals in our mindset so that we're able to actually focus on the present. being caught up in time, manipulation of things that are not currently effective to you and what is going on with you is not good. We get caught up in time. We're manipulated with time and space and our matter. These things are all manipulated right now and currently. So we have to be very, very, very astute and careful as to what we're doing. Okay? So I'm going to read this again, and then I'm going to put something else out there to you. Okay? When we go back to Acadia, Asa, which is to go out, to rise, in reference to the sun, the land of the sunrise. When we're thinking about that, does that take your mind anywhere? If I have to just tell you, let's think about Jesus and the rising in 3 days. Okay? Just keep that thought in your mind. From Asia Minor. This is part of Asia. Asia Minor, which is another descriptive term in breaking down the etymology of this word. So when you're looking at that word, it is telling you it has to do with going out, rising, the sun, and quite a few other things, right? So the rise of religion, when we're thinking about the rising, the rise of religion, the rise of history, which we know are lies most of the time. Unless we're able to disseminate them, we can use our minds to actually break down things. Having proper discernment is determine what you're doing with yourself. If you're keeping yourself focused and clean, if you're making sure you're using a proper diet so that you're out some of the metabolic changes that are going on right now in our atmosphere, we need to focus on staying purified, keeping the proper crystallization of an infinite form, so that we're able to operate and oscillate in a proper frequency. If you're off in a proper frequency within your system, other things can be thrown off as well, okay? So when we're thinking about this, once again, we're thinking about the rise and fall of history, the rise from different things that we read when it comes to the story of Jesus, the rising from the ground, him rising from the ground, and we're thinking about a new life. We're thinking about a rising from the dead when we think about the 3 days and the sacrifice. And this is EUR. This is very deep, guys. If you're listening to this, you're getting this, I hope. I don't want to spend a lot of time on trying to break this down, but if you're following me, anybody put a 1 in the chat. I'm asking for interaction via my YouTube so that I know this is going on clear, guys. So maybe if I can get some interaction from them, I'll break this down a little bit more for you guys. If they are, let me know they're not getting it, okay? So when it comes to that, and we're thinking about the Asia, Eurasia, European, Eurasia, all tied into the same thing. We're thinking about the rising and to go out. And as I said, we're thinking about all these things. And the dead, and it's dead, Carter, sacrifice, heat, fire, flame, all of these things, right? Are you guys like really understanding that? I'm hoping you're getting it. All right, we got a 1 in the chat. So there may not be a lot of clarity on this, but you may get a little more clarity once I get into reading some of this information. So what we're going to do, guys, I am actually about to share with the chat over here some information, and we can kind of go over a little bit of information. So let's see what we're going to talk about here when it comes to this. Where will I start? Got quite a few things pulled up here. Let's start here. Of lies and things that are put in a person's mind to make them think one thing is something else when it's actually not. We have to make sure that we are understanding what the real reality or truth of something is. This thing is literally my computer went on my computer right now, y'all. Hold on a second, because one thing is something else. Playing with me. Leave me alone. Like rock. Like, for real. This is sick. I'm putting the sharing the screen moving, taking the windows, putting the windows somewhere else on the computer, trying to separate the stream. Yo, this is like crazy. I go through this every time. You guys, hearing something discussing with my chat. I know you guys don't experience it, but when I'm on my stream and I'm trying to share my platform with you guys, it is really absurd the amount of energy and frequency convinced at first it may have been my Wi-Fi. I've been plugged in with a hard drive. I'm still having issues just like now. Things are just like going on like something's in my computer. Like it's crazy. Real quick. I'm going to shout out my chat, guys. Shout out to in the chat, Willie Lily, Vixen 99, Arnasa, things moving pretty slow, Bronze Flat Power Guy. Make sure you go and subscribe to him, guys, on YouTube. If you have YouTube, go to Bronze Flat Guy and subscribe to him. He has some good information as well. He's build information and tuning in. Very intelligent brother that has come up on the panel. You've heard him speak before and share some of his information that we greatly appreciate. And as well, let me try to get through this chat. We also have Dee Dee Alexander. Thanks so much for joining, sis. You already know. Appreciate you. And yeah, so let's get to this right quick, guys. We are going to start into information. Let's hope I can like keep the computer like. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Mann Act, guys. So when it comes to some of the ideas of slavery and the black slave and, this poor old slave that, y'all never had nothing, y'all been dirty and bums and this and that. We need to kind of clarify some of that stuff, right? Because when it comes to some of the information you guys have been hearing on my platform, I know that it has been mind-opening for you to realize that if you are an indigenous person or an Aboriginal person or an Indian or whatever your family history is, these words that you've heard, it's all in the same thing when it comes from an Aboriginal being, right? So make sure that you are looking into your roots, finding out about your past, understanding where you come from. You really can't go much anywhere in life if you don't really have a sound insight sometimes into your past, at least knowing where you're coming from, who you are, what you are. These type of things are very, very pertinent and important in a person moving on, advancing, being able to have the energy to move on and do things properly so that they're not stagnated by the past or anything of that nature. So when we're thinking about some of these thoughts, some people really believe that our ancestors are all from Africa and, they just came over here and they were just slaves on these boats and they did all these things, not knowing they were great people, wonderful people. I know you guys have been excited about the Aboriginal information that we have been hearing lately on Sister Soul's platform, right? So when it comes to that, make sure you are understanding that the reason I'm bringing this information to you guys is because it has been brought to me. Since going to the YouTube platform, I have been very awakened to a lot of this information, so I find it very important to share it and talk about things, exposing truth, lies, disseminating the factual things in the mind. Keeping in mind, don't forget about all the things that we've been talking about for the last few years, guys, when it comes to the spiritual information, when it comes to the medical information. You guys have heard that intensely from me for the past couple of years with the programming on what's going on in the mind. So when we put these things together and it comes to the Aboriginal information and us trying to be taken away from our land so that we don't know who we are, and stolen information, stolen history, all these things that we go through, we have to make sure that we are aware now. Going on right now in our we have some things going on that we are excited about, and I want to make sure that you guys hear about it. So let's play this clip real quick.
The Coalition of Indigenous Americans is hosting the first annual End of the Year Recognition Awards Show, December 31st, 2021. We will be honoring those of us in our community that has put in the work and dedication to enlighten our people about the true identity of the American Negro this past year. Some of the categories are Debate of the Year, Most Consistent, Best Documentary, Biggest Positive Influencer, Best...
Do that. All right, guys, give me a second. second to get this. Hopefully, we can get this going.
The Coalition of Indigenous Americans is hosting the
Real quick, just about 1 minute.
The Coalition of Indigenous Americans is hosting the first annual End of the Year Recognition Awards Show, December 31st, 2021. We will be honoring those of us in our community that has put in the work and dedication to enlighten our people about the true identity of the American Negro this past year. Some of the categories are Debate of the Year, Most Consistent, Best Documentary, Biggest Positive Influencer, Best Series, Rookie of the Year, and more. We will be accepting nomination ideas from the community until December 15th. Make sure your voice is counted by using our All Counted form found in the description of this video below, and have your favorite Indigenous influencer recognized and honored by the community.
Yeah, we'll try this again, guys, at the end of the show. I do apologize for that. You already know this. I don't even know what's going on right now with this, but I need like 1 minute to get this together. Let me get you guys going with one more, and then we are going to get started, guys. Let's play one song for you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in to Sister Soul on the main radio, guys. And we are going to play one more song for you guys and get started with going over this information. Thanks so much. What's happening?
What's happening? We original, y'all GMO, y'all lying. I do this for my niche, my niche, my niche, my niche. Oh yeah, my niche, my niche, my niche. I do this for my niche, my niche, my niche, my niche, my niche, my niche, my niche. I do this for my niche. Should've left me where I was, cause I ain't never scared. Took that little ice off my neck for this arrowhead. Yeah. My nation, my niche, someone thorough said. Real Americans, still pure blood, we thoroughbred. I'm like, let my people go and just take me instead. When it's red or blue pill, I'm only choose. I'ma always choose my people. You can keep that government or a trillion. You can keep that bread. If it's one thing, Jim Crow is I don't want no white folks ruling over me. I don't want no po-po ruling. Only somebody just like me. G like this too. Might not be as G as me, but you need remedy to be as free as me. I'm from the hood, I'm still waking up my people. They gotta
wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
When it comes to fashion, the whole world wanna the music.
They want to be just like us.
Dancing, the whole world to be like us. Doing everything, trying to weaken us. Sports, y'all can't.
They can't weaken us.
Rhythm, know we killing y'all. Anything involve a ball. Mentally, we figured out the cosmos. After all inventing shit, we smashing y'all. It's time to take through asking y'all rights by blood. After all, Vatican and the Smithsonian got all our shit. Artifacts and relics keeping away from it. When they say that was a long time ago, that's racist shit. Y'all holding land keep stolen shit. We don't need y'all holding it. Reverse engineering our technology, controlling it. Gave it everything you got, but you can't put no soul in it. I ain't go see the new Matrix cause I'm living it.
I'm living it.
It's not what it seems, but I'm killing it.
I'm killing it.
You afford to pay attention who you living with. Now they trying to mandatory vax, but is you getting it?
Is you getting it?
Fall back off my knees, I'm picking y'all tactics. This ain't no Earth war, this here is galactic.
It's galactic.
God is in God's warming up like practice. We gon' put arrows on your chest like patches.
What? Keep playing with us. Keep playing with us.
They ain't got a soul, destiny as a child like us. Nobody power like us. Nobody peace pop like us. Boxing, y'all can't fight like us. Nobody lost their right like us. Wake up, I'm in the way. Say too much, I'm in the way. They tryna kill us anyway, so listen what I'm finna say. Everybody, our kids, we raised y'all anyway. What that sense is finna say. Everybody ain't here to stay. Is you with us or against us? Ain't no in between.
Ain't no in between in this.
Being, not a human being. Fucking 1492, but all my allies what it do. Renegade got kicked for days. Be careful, I advise you to. Enemy of my tribe, of mine. So what's happening?
What's happening?
Y'all crossed the line, so what's happening?
What's happening?
My ancestors wouldn't like you crossed the line, so what's happening?
You crossed the line now.
Y'all lying. I do this for my niche, my niche, my niche, my niche. Oh yeah, my niche, my niche, my niche. I do this for my niche, my niche, my niche, my niche, my
Yeah, guys, you guys are listening to Threads 3000, Maniji. If you want to check that song out, guys, so you can listen to that at home, go over to YouTube and please subscribe to this young brother who's putting out some hits right now. This is one of my fire jams that he's got out, and this is able to be downloaded, and you can subscribe to the brother. Make sure you're staying tuned in with all of the Aboriginal indigenous information. And you guys know we got Aboriginal TV that's going to be coming up with some information on things that are like I don't know, a bit more virtual. We're going to get into some little scripted things that are a little more in detail, kind of like a TV program, but not necessarily a program. Maybe I shouldn't have said a TV program, but it will be an Aboriginal radio. So look forward to that coming soon. We'll be getting some information out about that as well. So make sure you're getting excited about that so that you guys are staying tuned. I'm having a little bit of a problem with screen here. We actually have the Calico online. Thanks so much for joining us, brother. How you doing today?
Peace. What's going on with you, sister? Peace. What's going on with you, sister?
Not much. Getting this information. I'm glad you're here with me. Maybe you can kind of disseminate some of this too. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
I went into some stuff earlier, brother, talking about the cause. Did you hear any of that, or did you just hop on?
Yeah, I just caught the last song you played.
I just caught the last song you played.
And for some reason,
great. So
for some reason, we got a delay on my words. I don't know why.
It's me, bro. Don't worry about it. It's me. It's this computer.
Hey, but that song was jamming though. But I wish.
Bit of this.
Hey, but that song.
Oh.
Hey, that song was jamming though. But I wish. Nah, see what I was gonna say. I wish you was saying, "This is for my Geechee, my Geechee." I wish you was saying, "This is for my Geechee, my Geechee."
He's saying it's for my he says for my Nije.
I know.
NIIJI.
I know. I'm saying if he would have said
it was sounded like my.
No, I said I wish he would have said this for my Geechee.
Oh.
I said I wish he would have said this for my Geechee.
Oh, this is for my Geechees. My Geechees. He said he might look at make a remix stuff. Might make that suggestion. Make them Geechees start listening into that information, right? They indigenous too.
For real.
Yeah. All right. What we're gonna do is get into some of this information, brother. Let's get into this, and then we'll hopefully have a discussion about some of this, and definitely welcome your input. We're going to talk about the legislating the white slave panic that was in 1885 to 1914. This was from a book that I actually, to be honest, let me see, I'm not sure. This is from the University of Toronto's libraries, guys. So one of the books, I didn't even look at the book. I just was looking up information. So if you're looking for this, you can pull up this and actually research more upon it. If you want to know the book, who wrote it, this, and that, and all. I'm not going to get into all of that. I just wanted to get into the information. But go to the University of Toronto library, and you'll be able to pull up information on the white slave panic. And you can get all of your information there, because I want to try to get through this as quick as possible. So basically, I'm just going to start to read some of this. It says, part of Josephine Butler's campaign to compel British lawmakers to criminalize prostitution, she collaborated with Paul Mall Gazelle, a journalist who published sensational accounts of young white British girls being sold into brothels on the continent. His 1985 series, The Maiden Tribute on the Modern Babylon, ignited public outcry. Now, I wanted to say something about that. It said the maiden tribute of modern Babylon. Now, we always hear, oh, America's Babylon, America's Babylon. You guys keep that in mind. This is actually, some old information. So keep that in mind, how they try to make America Babylon, but, everything is backwards. Okay. It ignited public outcry in Britain and compelled the passage of the 1885 Criminal Law Amendment Act. Moral panic against this so-called white slave trade spread to Canada and the United States. Here, social purity criminal laws and propaganda campaigns against sex work and the foreign element, immigrants, became enormously popular. The creators of the white slave panic insisted that most women would never choose sex work for financial reasons. Instead, they argued unscrupulous men, especially immigrants, forced them into prostitution. As captured in this 1908 image, reformers confronted the harassed sex workers until the pretense of rescue and aggressively supported racist immigration policies. Hold on, guys. I got to take a sip here. My mouth like dry as a mug, and I'm just talking. Hold on. Okay. Bear with me, y'all. All right. So, the policies. Okay. Targeting the communities of color. First introduced, wait, let me go back. Hold on. I skipped some, I think, because that just jumped from nowhere. And As captured in this 1908 image, reformers confronted and harassed sex workers under the pretense of rescue, and aggressively supported racist immigration policies targeting communities of color. Bring these white British little young women, little girls over to the communities of color, trying to target them, saying, here, buy this, buy this, buy this. Y'all heard that, right? First introduced in 1912, laws like Saskatchewan's, I believe, Female Employment Act criminalized any immigrant Chinese business owner who hired a white female employee. Well, you know how they were treating them, because y'all know how they treat us now, so it's kind of the same thing, you know? This intense, inherently racist international campaign against sex work always resulted in 2 international treaties on white slavery. In 1904 and 1910, after the First World War, the League of Nations was entrusted with supervising the administration of these treaties, and it did so with vigor. The members of the League pursued the abolition of great regulated prostitution across the globe, and the fight against sex work became a vehicle of intrusive policy, sexuality, and morality, and well as communities of color. Brother, I'm going to go to another document. Change this out. Did you have anything? I think I just took them out. Sorry about that, bro. Did you have anything you want to say about that? I'm going to go to another document real quick because I want to speak on that very briefly because I want to go a little bit on. We only have about 20 more minutes on the show, and I want to get them to hear a little bit more. But did you have anything to say? I'll mute up real quick.
Not really. I just probably wanted to hear what you had to say, and then I add in. You heard me, sister?
Now a mute, Lord. Okay, there it goes. I have issues, bro. It wasn't unmuting. Give me a second. I'm about to share another screen. So when you guys, real quick, I wanted to speak on that. When we think about what they're saying, right? A lot of that is just so false because we know that this stuff is still going on now. None of this says like stop. And there's so much more going on with it. So yeah, let's get into that. Hold on one moment. Let's see which one of these documents I wanted to get into. It's law information I pulled up. I think this may be guys. I got a couple of screens open. Oh no, this is this. Lord. If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't one thing. Okay, here it comes, guys. Give me a second. Let me get to it. Then when I get an X out, close that tab. Pull this document up. Come on, computer. This like absurd, y'all. Y'all know I'm having like annoyance issues over here. Okay, give me a moment now. Let's do. Oh, you know what? Let me do this one right here. And let's get this back to where we need. All right, guys. I'm gonna read another document. A memoranda. Let's see. Let me zoom in a bit. All right. This is a memoranda from regarding the white slave traffic as well. So I'm going to let me zoom in down here so everyone else can see it. So as we're this particular document, the Congress. are looking to pull up any information on this, the show will be ending in about 20 minutes, guys. But if you are looking to pull up this, the validity to the proposed act and white slavery. So, okay. All right, brother. All right, so yes. Let me get to that and we can get this going. Okay. It says that it is no longer open to question that the transit of individuals from state to state in interstate commerce, the statement of the Mayor Milner that persons are not the subject of commerce was overruled in the passenger cases. These cases have been documented. There's like a case 429, 432, 436. In the opinion of Justice Wayne, holding that the statement of the effect in the Milner case was dictum and was not adopted by the majority of the court. Going more into some of this. Hold on, let me go down, guys, because I think this actually, yeah. Like it to go into seal. And just or something like it's like crazy. The computer's actually like abusing me. I'm all these like technical issues right now. I'm not winning, guys.
Hey, when you kind of think about it, like even now in this day and age, like anybody,
go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I don't know why it's a real delay, or is that your side?
Go ahead, brother. It's me, brother. You got it. Go right ahead. What were you saying? I'm trying to get this together. You can speak real quick.
I say that if you notice, like you can kind of notice, like just like from that case, it's telling you that the passengers, the Caucasians or so-called white slaves that was in the car were a part of commerce. So that means they were property,
Yes.
and that's what made it a crime.
Yes.
So if you look at nowadays in this day and age, men can't just travel women across state lines like that, and nobody can really do it with children. The only person that can travel state lines.
Isn't that how they got Tupac?
I mean, that's how they get all these rappers nowadays. Yeah, they definitely got. They started it with Jack Johnson. Mm-hmm. It's the Jack Johnson rule, because he used to beat up them white boxers, and then he'd take a couple women home, across state lines with him because they want to go with him. So they made that illegal. It was like, hey, he taking white women and all. They was very mad about that. But what I'm saying is, if you notice, the only person that's actually free when you do the math is men. Men are the only ones that are truly free, because like you can take groups of men across the state lines. Nobody's gonna throw a fit. Nobody's going to jail or anything. But if you move women in that manner or children in that manner, your ass is going to prison.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's because it's like maybe they get a little upset because people are like digging into their business. That's what they're here for, to traffic our people and use them up and steal them. And even though the government pretends that they're against it, I just wonder why there's so many people that go missing, and it seems to be that they're a part of it. Even when we were just reading that, did you see that they were going against it? And the government said no, we want to let it stay. That's crazy to me. All right, I'm going to read a little bit of this now. We got about about 15. It says the Constitution never, a little bit more, hold on. The Constitution never intended that the legislative power of the nation should find itself incapable of disposing of the subject matter specifically committed to this charge. If the carrying of lottery tickets from a state to another be interstate commerce, like you just said, brother, and if Congress is of opinion that an effective regulation for the suppression of lotteries carried on through such commerce is to make it a criminal offense, this is kind of small, guys, I'm sorry, to cause lottery tickets to be carried from one state to another. So they're saying lottery tickets, but this commerce, as you stated, brother, same thing that it was. They're basically talking about the slaves as well. This is white slave traffic, so I don't know why they're saying lottery. This is some tricking of the words, but we have to stay focused. We know of no authority in the courts to hold that the means thus devised are not appropriate and necessary to protect the country at large against a species of interstate commerce, which, although in a general use and somewhat favorable in both national and state legislation, in the early history of the country has grown into desperate. I think it's supposed to say desperate, unless I'm trying to make sure this isn't a word that I probably need to look up. Disrepute, disrepute. And have you heard? I don't know if you've heard that word. And has become offensively to the entire people of the nation. It is a kind of traffic which no one can be entitled to pursue as of right. So it is talking about that. Certainly in the case of lotteries, there is nothing harmful in the mere transportation of the pieces of paper. The injury resulted from the connection with existing between those tickets and the entire scheme of the lottery. So it was a scheme. This is where the lottery came in. So they would have the paper. So basically, I guess that was their papers on the particular slave or, whoever this person was, they were transporting, and they were using that, and they were, I guess, saying the lottery. It was the purpose for which the tickets were used, which made them an instrument of injury to the public. The sections above proposed have been so drawn that they are limited to cases in which there is an act of in interstate commerce of women for purposes of prostitution. The use of interstate commerce in sending prostitutes from one state to another in connection with this traffic of women would seem to be a direct connection with interstate commerce as the sending of tickets from one state to another in furtherance of the operation of the lottery. So was the lottery like something they were kind of used? They were doing a lottery, but it was something they were trafficking the people. Maybe they had to win the lottery in order to get this particular person trafficked to them, or something of the sort. Is what it kind of sounds like to me, guys. So let's see here. Come on, I'm trying to go to the bottom of the page. All right, let's go. All right. With the commerce. Okay. The sections do not amount to an interference with the police power. The simple test, it was a test. It just sounded like some BS. The simple test, as pointed out in the rarer case and in the latter cases, is whether or not the state, in the exercise of its police power, could have prohibited the things at which the act is aimed. Manifestly, a state could not enact that a person who induced a woman to go from one state to another state for purposes of prostitution should not aid or assist in her transportation from the state to another, or that the common carrier should not transport the prostitute. To do so would be a plain attempt to regulate interstate commerce. Wow, talking about these women like property, like a piece of cattle or some old shit like that. This sounds crazy to me. Congress, hold on, I gotta minimize this, guy, so I can get to the bottom of the page here. Give me a moment. Okay, until Congress interferes and supersedes its authority, where, however, the subject is national in its character and depends and requires uniform regulation and affects all the states, such as transportation between the states, including the importation from one state to another. Importation is across country, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So if they're referring to that as well, or they were just using different wording. but that stood out for some reason to me. Congress alone cannot act on it and provide the needed regulation. Okay, let's go to the next page here. Moving slow, moving slow. Let's go, let's go. Okay. All right, guys, we're getting there. Oh, Lord, this is just so sick. Everybody that's out there, appreciate you guys coming through. I'm trying minutes to get some of this out to my audience, so I'm trying to do that. So just bear with me, guys. This is not, what it need to be right now. Okay, let's see. But into history of the development of the law. The history of development of law forbidding the importation of alien women. For purposes of prostitution is as follows. The first provision relating to this subject was contained in the Act of March 3rd, 1875. Statute 18, legislation 477, also 1 U.S. company, it says stat. I don't know if that means statistic or what. Page, United States company. Dang, I wish I could tell you guys what this information is, but I'm not sure. So let's just proceed.
Yes, statutory or whatever.
Yes, statutory.
Yeah, statute.
Okay,
statute.
okay. Thank you, brother. I'm like, what is?
Statute.
Okay, great. Perfect. Okay, so that the importation into the United States of the purpose of a prostitution and hereby forbidden, and all contracts and agreements in relation thereto. So they had contracts and agreements for this prostitution across state lines. The United States was a part of it. They all paid for it. This was some of the things they used with, they had contracts and agreements for this. This is the white slave trade part of it, so on and so forth. Made in advance or in pursuance of such illegal importation and purposes are hereby declared void. And whoever shall knowingly and willingly import or cause any importation of women to the United States for the purpose of prostitution, or shall knowingly or willingly hold or attempt to hold any woman to such purposes, in pursuance of such illegal importation and contract or agreement, shall be deemed guilty of a felony. And on conviction, therefore, shall be imprisoned not exceeding 5 years and pay a fine not exceeding $5,000. Let me see. Section 5 of the same act also contained the following: that it shall be unlawful for aliens of the following class to immigrate into the United States, namely women imported for the purpose of prostitution. Imported alien women. So, we're not talking about Aboriginal. We're talking about the white slaves. This is what this book is talking about entirely. Keep that in mind. If they're importing white slaves and they're aliens to the United States, the original Aboriginal being to this land obviously was the Aboriginal copper-colored man, right? If they're bringing in other classes and they're importing them, these people are not original to this particular landmass, right? All right, let's just go on for that. Let me pull this up. Go down here a little further. All right. The foregoing provision was superseded by Section 3 of the Act on March 3rd, 1903, entitled An Act to Regulate the Immigration of Aliens into the United States. So the United States said, hold on. We losing too much money. We got to stop this shit right now. We got to start getting these prostitutes back over. We got to start importing these people, bringing them in. We got to make sure we're making the space for them and all that, because, see, we need them to be here. Because we need you to traffic. We can continue to enslave these people. The same thing that's going on now. Do you guys think any of this has changed? Any of this changed? Just had this big tribunal of all these freaks that are behind bars now, half dead, that people still praising, running, trying to concert, this and that shit. Half these people dead. Y'all keep buying these if you want to it. That the imp women or girl for the purposes of prostitution is hereby forbidden, and whoever shall import the attempt to import any woman or girl into the United States for the purposes of prostitution, or shall hold or attempt to hold any woman or girl for such purposes to pursuance of such illegal importation shall be deemed guilty of a felony and or conviction, therefore shall be imprisoned not less than 1 nor more than 5 years, and pay a fine not exceeding $5,000. Check that out. Let's get to the bottom of this page right quick, y'all. We almost done. Guys, I'm so sorry you may not rest of this unless you come on over to my YouTube channel, but unfortunately, we have about 5 more minutes. I appreciate you guys tuning in so much. You are appreciated. I love my audience, and you guys keep me thriving to make sure that I'm providing you perfect content, bringing you truth, reality, and light as always. Combining the mind, body, and spirit, the holy trinity of this life that we need to all have in order, in the perfect resonance, and able to move through a perfect reality and truth. So just trying to continue to provide that for you, and obviously things have been going okay as far as getting this information to you. I've had different guests that are bringing information. This is just not stuff that I'm saying. I've been bringing you guys documentation, proof, providing you lists on my webpage. I've had certain guests come in and go over information with you guys. So I'm hoping that you guys are really, getting a lot out of this Aboriginal information, out of this history that I've been bringing to you guys to open up the portals in the mind. This is really the only thing I'm trying to do. Okay. First, the old act covered the importation only of any woman, and new act that extended to cover any woman or girl. Second, the clause in the old act declaring void contract or agreements in relation to importation of the women for the purposes of prostitution was omitted in the new act. Third, the old act used the language knowingly and willingly import and knowingly and willfully hold or attempt to hold any person in pursuant of such illegal importation, etc. The new act elimination the knowingly and willfully and made in an offense to import or to hold or to in an attempt to hold any person in pursuance of that law. In pursuance of such illegal. Wait a minute. Hold on, guys. Let's get to this last part because I got to get y'all out of here. Importation. Fourth, the penalty in each act was the same. Both of the foregoing provisions were superseded by the act of February 29th, 1907, on Leap Day. That's strange. Entitled An Act to Regulate the Immigration. You guys can look that up. An Act to Regulate the Immigration. This is going to take you more into this information. As I said before, guys, if you want to read more into this information, make sure you guys go right over to the Library of Congress. Go online to the Library of Congress and put in a search bar, Memorandum in White Slave Trade, and you'll be able to pull this document up, and you can continue to read this if you found this of any interest. The image on the page that we just concluded was page 11. So if you did want to go ahead and complete this, you guys can follow up on page 12 on your own. Thanks so much for tuning in to Sister Soul, the main radio. Make sure you guys are tuning in Sunday. We got about 2 more minutes. I'll just read out until the end of the show, guys, doing my close out now. That way I don't have to stop in between in my reading. But you guys know my thoughts, and definitely looking forward to more content information. I may even go over some more of this information or play for you guys the rest. I thank you guys for tuning in. If anything, I will post you a radio website later on this evening or tomorrow. I'll try and do that if we continue with much more, so you guys can just tune in to the rest of this on our website. So make sure you guys going over to the main radio, and you will be able to see the rest of this. So thanks so much for tuning in. Peace out, guys. See you guys Sunday. Might even have a little better internet service, guys, now that I am out of my server. I know that draws a lot of On my internet space, y'all. Oh, brother, I got a little bit of headache. Okay, let me see. Let me get into this. Page 12. Yeah, this is page 12. Real quick, I think I might have to play a song, take a little break. I got a little bit of headache, brother, but I want to continue on with a little bit more of this. Did you have anything to say about this, bro, before I do that? I got to take a quick little break. If you wanted to say something, you can. He may have stepped away, guys, because I was reading. So give me a moment. Let me put something on for y'all real quick. Take us like 2 minutes real quick, guys.
The Coalition of Indigenous Americans is hosting the first annual End of the Year Recognition Awards Show, December 31st, 2021. We will be honoring those of us in our community that has put in the work and dedication to enlighten our people about the true identity of the American Negro this past year. Some of the categories are Debate of the Year, Most Consistent, Best Documentary, Biggest Positive Influencer, Best Series, Rookie of the Year, and more. We will be accepting nomination ideas from the community until December 15th. Make sure your voice is counted by using our All Counted form found in the description of this video below, and have your favorite Indigenous influencer recognized and honored by the community. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our new YouTube channel, Our Unified Coalition. Welcome home.
All right, guys. All right, guys. Let me get that off the screen for y'all. I wanted to play that real quick. That is awesome. American Harris, guys. She's put together the Coalition of Indigenous Americans. You guys can check out that website. Her page, she's actually put together an entire thing to nominate people, so on and so forth. If you have a page, you can go on that website, download the information, or send me your email so that we can get the information out to you, and you'll be able to post it so that your listeners can vote you in if you want to be a part of that, guys. It's going to be something awesome. We're getting some stuff going on. If you want to be a part of it, make sure that you do that. We're excited about a couple of things. We're trying to get going. I love that young sister spirit, and Epic Studies. What's going on, bros? Thanks so much for joining me.
Peace and love, sis. Peace and love. I'm on the road. Up here checking the mailbox, pulling up back up to the house.
Okay. All right, bro. Take your time. Yeah, I'm gonna read a little bit more of this. We ended on the show. We ended on page 11, so I'm actually about to just get into reading a little bit more of this document. I'm not going to read much more of this actually because I had a few things I wanted to get into. So I'm going to read a little of this and then go into some other things. So definitely feel free to jump in, when you want to, and we'll just go from there.
Indeed, sis.
All right, now.
Indeed, sis.
All right, appreciate you, bro. Thanks so much for joining in with me. All right, let's see. White slave traffic. Let's get into it. It says 11 on 12. It says page 12 on the Library of Congress list because they had all those introductory pages, but it's actually page 6, guys. Dang, I wish I would have told them that on there. I didn't even say that. I didn't know. But anyway, white slave traffic. Important or whoever shall keep, maintain, control, support, or harbor in any house or other place for the purpose of prostitution or for any other immoral purpose, any alien woman or girl within 3 years after she have entered the United States shall, in every such case, be deemed guilty of a felony, and on conviction thereof be imprisoned not more than 5 years and pay a fine of not more than $5,000. And any alien woman or girl who shall be found an inmate of a house of prostitution or practicing prostitution at any time within the 3 years after she shall have entered the United States shall be deemed to be unlawfully within the United States and shall be deported as provided by Section 20 and 21 of this Act. So where they're considered, some of these had been slaves that had been sold and some had come voluntarily. Those particular ones actually would face jail time if they were found. So that's kind of a little bit of a different narrative from some of the other stories that they come across with. So let's get this.
Right quick, sis. I had a question.
Yeah, sure.
All right, do you think when he's the whoever the author is referring to the United States, do you think that referring to the land or the governmental structure that we know as the United States is operating on the soil? Or do you think he's just using it loosely, using the term United States loosely? Because that's important when you put
I
things into
think there. I,
perspective.
mm, I actually, brother, to be honest, I hadn't thought about that part of it. I'm not very, very, very familiar with history, so I'm learning a lot about this stuff since I've gotten into the Aboriginal information. So tell me what do you mean by that? I mean, clarify, get into that because I'm really not familiar, to be honest, with what you mean.
Oh, okay, no problem, sis. No sweat. You got the United States of America Corporation Company, which I do have the incorporation papers of when they created the shell corp. They have many shell corporations, but the United States of America, as we know it, is not the land, and it does not. They they don't.
Okay, right,
It's
right.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the corporation. So when he used that term in the United States, is he just using that term loosely to refer to the land because that's where the people are, or do you think he's using it distinctively? You know what I'm saying?
I
As
think it's I
opposed.
think it's I think it's in reference to the land, brother. Now I know what you're saying. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Yeah, I think it's in
Okay.
reference to the land because back then they didn't know. They were so called building, doing this, taking stuff over. People didn't understand or know the laws that we know now. They didn't know, all these things that they did. So I think that would have been in a reference to the actual land coming from anybody that was coming from anywhere else coming to these particular areas, so on and so forth.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was just gonna say, well, with understanding the difference, the distinction today, I think that when we read these books and stuff and articles and stuff that we should make that distinction for those who don't know. You see what I mean? And it's I'm not I'm not nitpicking or anything like that, but I do think it's important now that I know now because I'm telling you, when I used to read history books and they make reference to the United States of America, I thought land as well. You know what I mean? I didn't understand the difference as far as the corporate entity operating as a governmental structure on the land, hence United States of America being the land, and the United States is the
Right.
corporation company doing business that goes all the way back to the Virginia company. You see what
Mm.
I'm saying? So that's
Yes,
what I was
yes.
that's where I was going
Well, you
with it.
can elaborate on that if you want to clarify that, brother. I know a lot of the people that are in our chat, we talk about a lot of these things, but some people may not be aware of it. So if you like, you can go ahead and elaborate on that.
Hey,
Yeah,
I want.
yeah, I sure would. But give me a second. So remember, I was telling you I'm on the road and I'm just pulling
Sure.
back up to the house. So let me get settled and stuff, and I
Oh,
can
okay,
go
okay.
in
I
on it.
thought you had settled. All right, take your
Hey,
And I'm
time.
still sitting in the
Uh,
car. I'm still sitting in the car.
so
okay, okay. Did you have something to say about that, D?
yeah, that's the whole thing I was kind of looking at too when he was speaking on white slaves, like it was like the date and all that. As far as the time go, all of this was happening like basically we know they were the slaves, but after 1871, things changed for them. That's why it was becoming illegal to have white slaves. Like we don't quite understand the Civil
Right,
War
right.
and the Revolutionary War. You know, all we know is it started when Abraham Lincoln got killed. But what we don't realize is, the older form of government, you know, basically was you know, when Abraham Lincoln got killed, it all went down. So so there was no government at all until the Slavs actually won the war. When the Slavs won their revolution, then they created the Act of 1871 and made the U.S. corporation, which is de facto. It's not the original form of government. So in all actuality, in 1865 when that happened and the Slav became free, the KKK was formed. Yeah, it's all the same. You know, the Slavs that got free formulated the KKK. They took over the White House. You know, it's been a coup. You know, it's been a de facto ever since. So, like we say, it
Ever
actually used
since.
to be the United States for America. Then it was the United States of. You know, of actually means without. You know, and we know who the true American is, huh? The copper colored. So, so it's saying the United States without niggas. You know, and then now they don't even say America at all. They don't. They just say They say U.S. You know, and people think it's the same thing, but the U.S. is not. You know, it's not America.
They don't
No
even
matter, no,
right.
yeah, no matter how
It
people
went
put it,
from
the U.S.
United
is
States
not
of
America.
America. It went from United States of America to United States. Then they changed it just to the U.S. So it transpired three things from the same basis, the same company. They just like how these companies do. They'll sell out to somebody else, but it be the same people on it. It's the same. It
Yeah,
was the same thing.
yeah. See, the crazy thing about it, uh, USA is not a corporation. The U.S. is a corporation. It's different. You know, it's crazy. You know, like
That's when they took.
without America.
So let's read. Let's read a little bit of this, brother, about the Mann Act. This is obviously during the time that we were just talking about, a woman or a girl being under or unwillfully being held against her will for prostitution. So the Mann Act was born during the white slavery hysteria of the early 20th century, along with other moral purity movements of the period. And the white slavery craze had its roots in fear over the rapid changes that the Industrial Revolution brought to American society, which you just said. Urbanization, immigration, and changing role of women, and evolving social mores. As young, wait a minute, that was a little trick. You see that, brother? Wait a minute. Did I just catch that, or was it just a mistype? You see this, brother?
Hold on, what is it? Moors? Mores?
Hold on. Yep, hold on. So I'm trying to get you, babe. This thing, this stupid computer. Give me a minute. Thanks for coming up, bro. What's going on? Yeah, it says hold on. I want y'all to see something. It says American society urbanization, immigration, the changing role of women, and it says and evolving social mores. What do they mean, social mores? What more? It says MORES, mores. So why is it saying mores? Mores, this doesn't fit. This word for more, as far as evolving more. You know what I'm saying? It's saying it's not saying that.
Like,
But
yeah,
it's
yeah. They probably,
implying
yeah.
that it's implying that it's saying that.
No, it
Oh,
probably
sorry,
means
go ahead, brother.
morals. No, it probably means morals.
No, brother. It's a period after it. Do you see that? It
Yeah,
means
that's
Yeah,
something
yeah,
that
yeah.
but
it's
the thing,
saying that. It's
Moors.
a so it's talking about Moors. You're talking about Moors like of the land
No,
Moors, right?
n- no, not a Moor. You know, but more so just the word more. But I think they were shortening it for the word moral. That's what it was. It's just like saying
Which
social
one?
norm.
Wait a minute.
No, 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 no. What they're saying right there is a job position. You know, like people don't know to bring in a boat to a dock, you mooring a boat.
Mm.
So it's saying like, and if you see
Oh,
this, yes, because you see the sentence before that is going into the women evolving into, even more jobs type. So if you look at it in a social construct of applicating work, it looked like it's meaning more of
Look,
a
matter of fact, I
position.
wish I should have came
And
on my computer so I could share the screen.
and
But
they
hey,
are
matter of fact, sister, you can look it up right now. Social mores. It's saying exactly what I'm saying. It say mores are social norms. that are widely observed within a particular society or culture. Morals determine what is considered morally acceptable. I yield the floor.
Oh, mores as far
Yeah.
as morals. That's what you're saying, D?
Yeah.
That's what Google says, and that's what I said before I Googled it.
Ah. Okay, okay, okay. And Zoe, you think it says something else? Or kind of the
No,
same thing he just was
that's
explaining
kind
with
of the way
different.
I like I was saying, like with some people don't know when the Moors came to America, when they were in society, you can notice them kind of like people that wore certain clothing and stuff like that. If like when people come to your city and you know how your city carry themselves, newcomers in your city, you gonna recognize them off rip because they don't dress the same, they don't carry themselves the same way. So like me being from Michigan, when I went to Cali, when
Right,
I went
right.
to Atlanta, people knew I wasn't from Atlanta just the way I dress and carry myself and my style.
Right. Because it's going to
That's
vary
why I
by,
said evolving
area,
social,
obviously.
evolving social more. That's what I was looking at. Like as far as it could have been a position for the women because it was mentioned in the women and the evolving social mores, which they're kind of relating that sentence to the women being these people that you know.
Okay, okay. That makes sense. Both of what y'all saying makes plenty of sense to me, so. All right. So let's go on. And it says, as young single women moved to the city and entered the workplace, they were no longer protected by the traditional family centered system of courtship and were subjected to what Jane Addams called the grosser temptations, which now beset the young people who are living in its tenement houses and working in its factories. A progressive era social reformers, many of whom did not distinguish between sexual active women and prostitutes, began to call attention to what they saw as a widespread decline in morality. There it goes. Okay. A widespread decline in morality. Foreigners emerged as an easy target. Unfettered immigration provided an endless supply of both foreign prostitutes and foreign men who lured American girls into immorality. Muckraking journalists fueled the hysteria with sensationalized stories of innocent girls kidnapped off the street. Sensationalized stories. They know that shit was true. Kidnapped off the street by
Hey, hold
foreigners,
on, sis.
drugs,
Hold on,
smuggled.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Yeah,
Pause.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry for interrupting. You
No, you good.
you just cracked open a whole dozen of eggs. What they call it, a dozen and a half. You just cracked a dozen and a half eggs. Exactly what me and him just said. You just said both of those, but it was kind of subliminal if you didn't notice that. Because at the ending of the first paragraph, it was going into the factories and these women working and
Right.
snap. But then the second part, it went into where he was stating as the morality and all of this part. See, we starting to realize seeing these words in that form, it's
Yep.
subliminal. It's subliminal.
Yep. Yep.
So
Because
when we
when
be
I
thinking,
seen it up there. Oh, go ahead, bro.
I was going to say, because we got to remember also, it wasn't a pale face that fucked our government system up. It was the colored motherfuckers that came to this bitch. Then the pale
Exactly.
face got in and fucked them too.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
No, like you basically said it right, but you didn't like. Well, what you meant wasn't right. What you meant wasn't right, but what you said was right. Because when you're saying colored people means mixed people. It means like a black and a white person.
Yeah, yeah. I'm saying dark foreigners. I'm gonna say that clear then. More like dark foreigners.
I mean, I know how y'all. I know what y'all stand for on that crazy. That way of thinking. It's crazy, man. But anyways, what I'm saying is like the real reason we are not in power is because we mixed our seeds. So it is the colored man. I don't care if they're indigenous or not indigenous. The ones that mix with the Tamahu, like they doing right now today, huh? This ain't just 100 years ago. Y'all still doing this shit. So what I'm saying is, that's the problem. You
Yep.
feel me?
Yep.
Like those mixed breeded children help them crackers take over, and that's just that.
Oh yeah, of course
Period.
but you got to remember also how them mixed children were able to even be here and be created.
Mm.
That's why I didn't go that far off into it because that's a long ass story to talk about. Because a lot of them dark motherfuckers brought they pale face wives over here with mixed kids with them. So I ain't want to go into that, but I was just speaking as far as like the foreign colored motherfuckers that try to blend in even to this day.
Acting like they this and that, knowing that they not. That GMO, what he saying that song? But yeah, exactly that. But listen, I would. Oh, okay, y'all up here. You and Epic. I asked D because he had hopped on a little late. Zoe, was you here when I first started the live, bro?
I was, but I was sitting there making the beat, but I was in and out.
So you didn't really hear. Okay, I just want to know if you heard what I was reading now. So if you weren't really paying attention, then I was reading about the car for the Caucasian, the car, all this stuff. So
The
there's a lot
CAU.
of stuff. I got it out of that, and I went over and read it. And I wish somebody was up here with me. Of course, I was up here by myself, so I was just going through the stuff that I figured out myself and wrote down, the little definitions and trying to, figure out. And it was bringing certain stuff to my mind. So of course, I wanted other minds with me on this because it was deep to me. I don't know. I see small stuff sometimes, and I'll go other places with it. And sometimes it's just
Hey
my mind
sis,
because I always
you
be
gotta
going.
also listen, sis. You gotta also think about the with the pale face people down there in New Orleans call themselves.
In New Orleans, what they call themselves in New Orleans?
All the Cajuns.
The Cajuns?
Yeah.
That before.
Oh
So
yeah,
they
yeah,
call
yeah.
themselves the Cajuns. Why would, hold on, let me write that down. Because, see, now I'm going to have to do something on that. Because that's going to fit probably right into this. Because it's the car still is in there. K, same thing. Mm. So I'm going to read a little bit more of this. And what I'm going to do is go back and go over some of this with y'all. Because I got to get somebody input on some of this. Because if y'all didn't hear, Epic, did you hear any of that? I know you was driving, brother. But did you hear me reading any of the stuff with the car and all of that?
Yeah, but I don't recall like vividly because like you said, I was on the road though, so I
Okay.
wasn't really able to really
Okay,
pay
okay.
attention like I
I didn't
wanted
want to
to.
like really read more of it if y'all had heard any of it, but I definitely want y'all to hear it a little bit. I ain't gonna read the whole thing, but I'm gonna read a little couple of little points, and then y'all probably go from there if it rings something to y'all. We'll do that. But
Okay.
let me finish reading some of this, at least this part. So it says the foreigners emerged as an easy target. Unfettered immigration provided an endless supply of both foreigners, prostitutes, and foreign men who lured American girls into immorality. Muckraking journalists fueled the hysteria with sensationalized stories of innocent girls kidnapped off the streets by foreigners, drugs smuggled across the country, and forced to work in the brothels. Borrowing a term from the 19th century labor movement, McGregor George Kib Turner called prostitution white slavery. And in a 1907 article in McClure's magazine claimed that a loosely organized association, largely composed of Russian Jews, was the primary source of supply for Chicago brothels. Pulp Fiction movies, then a novelty, fanned the flames even more. So basically, it's something that has been, in the movie they find it like, oh, this is entertaining. Let's talk about this. They just so ignorant and stupid. But yeah, let me stop sharing this. That part is done. And then I'm gonna get
But
into a
what
little
people
bit
got
of
to
this
realize
later.
also,
Yep.
sis, is that the slavery of the pale face didn't stop until like 1920.
That's what it said,
Yeah,
brother. I think it said 18 something to 19. I think like 1917 or 20 something around there. I keep thinking 17 for
yep,
some
yep.
reason.
Because remember I had you put my great grandmother and great grandfather records up, and those
Yes.
go into 1900s. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of like a lot of the stuff they say might have a little element of truth in it, but you got to know how to just decipher the truth out of it because
Right.
they hiding everything about themselves, and most of the ones that's in political position more than likely were orphans or children of orphans that came to America.
Right. That's funny. I got this pulled up. I got another book pulled up. I had so much stuff pulled up. I was trying to get through here, get through there. This one book is called The Creole Orphans. I wanted to read a little bit of that too, brother. It's crazy you just said that. And I'm literally looking at it as I was, trying to find the next thing I want to pull up. But I'm gonna get to that in 1 second. I really want to just go over a teeny bit of this with you guys because this right here tripped me out because I don't even know why, but it just rung in my mind. Hey, baby, all that rattling. Um, so it says car. I'm just going to give you guys a few of the descriptive terms and things that were like standing out to me. You know, obviously a lot more different things that were in there. I just kind of wrote down certain things that were like, I'm looking like, wow, this shit tying in, this tying in, this tying in. So when it comes to the car, it says car, Cartelin, Welsh. It's from Latin, cavern, cavis, from Proto-Indo, European, obviously Euro, katwas, cavity. So it also says it's Greek, car, C-A-U, cost, C-A-U-S-T, cost, cart, whatever. The etymology going into,
Oh, hold on. Stop for a second. We're gonna stop right there for.
go
Ooh,
ahead.
you said one word.
Mm-hmm.
Now, cost. Remember how they portrayed our people to be on these markets for selling all of this,
Uh-huh.
and we know that that was all in reverse.
Yes.
So now that you're saying that the word cost is in the definition of the word cost at self, right?
Right.
We just
Exactly.
mentioned the orphans. Now we
Right.
could talk about the white cargo.
Right.
Ah, bam.
And this is
Go ahead.
crazy because this when this stuff when yeah this mind you okay yeah right I didn't even get to the good part yet. Check this out. So then with the etymology it says with that where it goes okay holocaustus which is that which is complete okay then it says burned and it says burned was so basically that actually was this holocaustus thing which means that which is complete it was it says in reference to burned as well and then it also says in reference to it used to be a Hebrew word obviously because it says it was translated from the Hebrew and the word literally means that which goes up in smoke and then it says irima caucus which is gradual oxidation from the exposure of air and moisture, as in the decay of old trees. One of y'all was saying something about the tree earlier, I believe. I don't know if it was this a minute ago,
Think
but
about it,
we
sister.
were
Hold
mentioning.
on. Now, when you burn something to complete ashes, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first layer of those ashes will be what? Pale white.
Pale white.
Or what was known during that time as black, which is what black means.
Black
It goes
means
Right.
back to the
pale.
term,
Yep.
the
Yep.
etymology of black.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yep. Say it. Say that, brother. See? Yes. Yeah.
Because black,
Man, I'm mad y'all wasn't up here when my audience was on because I was trying to get some feedback from people to get so they could understand. They probably was like, "What the heck is Sister Soul talking about?" They probably done went to sleep like, "What the hell?" But yeah, I was really trying to get them to get it. But go ahead, bro. I'm hearing you.
yeah, I was just making the connection, like with going back to the term black, which etymologically, when you take that back, it means bleached up, pale, to make white, like ash, or colorless, wane,
Right.
livid.
Black,
You see what I'm saying? So when we go back to the
Absolutely.
etymology of that, you make that correlation, and there you go.
Yep.
Yep.
This
White
mess
and black
crazy.
actually goes back so far to almost meaning obsolete of color.
now black is not a color.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
either
no,
or.
black and white are not colors. Yeah, you're right about
No,
that.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
white
Right.
white is a color. White is every color put together.
No, white is obsolete, my brother.
As
Yeah,
internet
White is
it's
every
like
white
it's
is
like
every color.
if I was shown a white T-shirt, right, and somebody asked me what color it is, my
Yeah,
response would be, "It's white. It doesn't have a color." That's what I would say, and I would do the same
no,
thing with black,
it's deeper than that.
or I would say of the darkest
And
hue for black. I wouldn't
I
say
was gonna
black because
say
I
it
know black
goes
means
way deeper than that to down to three, the number three, right? The number three represents 0369, the highest number, right? You go back to the three creates all nine colors that exist on the Crayola. The three colors is our original colors to our original flags. There was also Moshika's clock color. The color of the clock that was handed down from Enoch to so-called Noah to Moses.
oh,
It was blue,
I gotta
yellow,
step
and
out for a
red.
second. I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah, it was red, blue, and gold. So our original colors is red, blue, and gold. Those three colors create every color in the rainbow.
Yeah, but see what I'm getting at is see what's more important. See, people only think about paint and like he said, t-shirts or whatever. You know, they're looking at what they see physically. You know,
Oh,
but
that's nature, brother.
right.
no, I mean nothing even has that
Nature.
without the presence of light. What I'm saying is light has every color in it, every
Mm-hmm.
single color in it. And when it's all combined, what color is light? Light is white. The sunlight
No,
is white
light
light.
is blue. Light is blue, my brother.
The sunlight is white.
Oh Lord, y'all. Here y'all go. Let's stay focused, brothers. Hold on. Hold
Okay,
on.
go ahead,
Y'all
sis.
finna go way somewhere. Y'all finna go somewhere left, and I ain't even get to the rest of this part yet. Okay, I'm trying to hurry up and finish because the ones that heard this already probably like, damn, she going over that again. Okay, real quick, y'all. So, we got the irima causes, which is the gradual oxidation. I'm gonna say that again because this was important. Then I'm gonna keep moving. The gradual oxidation from the exposure to air and moisture, as in the decay of old trees or dead animals, as in RH factor, dead animals. Okay, hold on, slow down, y'all. Don't say nothing. Dead animals, okay? Two, a slow combustion taking place in the reference of air, water, and accompanied by a kind of fermentation. I'm going to say that part one more time. A slow combination taking place in the presence of air, water, and accompanied by a kind of fermentation. This is number three, the slow decomposition of organic matter. Galvanic, caustic. Galvanocaustic is one word. In the middle of that galvanocaustic is the ca, obviously caustic. Relates to the use of galvanic. Relates to this shit can't get no deeper for me. I'm tripping. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let me go back.
Hey, sister,
Relates
hold
to
on.
the use of
All
hold
right,
on, no,
I'm
you
back,
hold on.
sis.
Relates to the use of galvanic. Let me go back. Galvanocaustic relates to the use of galvanic dynamical electricity. Heat in a
Yeah, galvanized.
caustic. Heat in a heat in a caustic, especially in medicine, used in medicine, as in metaphysical, as in alchemy, as in all
Yeah,
other shit we
caustic,
talking about. Eat and
chemical.
heating as in fermentation, as in all this stuff is talking about. Y'all hear all this in the car. Okay. Galvano, cautery. Cauter pressed by a knife or a needle when it is heated with the passage of a galvanic electrical current. This is where that comes from. If a person has that type of, that, what we call it, I forgot what we used to call it when we was young,
Hey, are you
kilo or
familiar
some
with the
crap
word
like that.
galvanized?
Go ahead, bro. You can go on it now. I'll hold on for
Like
a minute
like
because
if
I got a
you
little more.
if
Go ahead.
like I'm a carpenter and you know what I'm saying, like a lot of roofers and stuff like that, galvanized nails are better for the outdoors, but they're like a powder coated type of aluminum or steel nail, you know what I'm saying? So when they call it galvanized, it's like a powder white coated on it. But go ahead.
No, I mean, no, galvanizing is like almost like how you create. It's just like mending something together. It's almost like
Right,
gluing something
right.
together. It's
What you're
all that's
saying,
galvanizing.
listen, what you're saying is exactly what I'm saying. It's a steel with
Yeah,
the
I'm making
powder
it simple.
in it. So when you get the galvanized nails, they're they're
Yeah, I
mixed.
mean, I'm just saying the word beyond just the nails, but I don't think everybody got it like that.
Oh,
Understood
that's
that.
why I was breaking it down with the just a regular simple nail. Because like if a person look at a regular nail and then they look at a galvanized nail, regular nail be shiny. This galvanized nail is dusty and it's just made like that to stand with the out the weather being mixed with some shit. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
Yep. Y'all ready? Let's get to this. Okay, now we have hypo. Let's see. Let me go back to it. I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong part. Hypocaustic, the sacrifice and burning of a horse. It could be holocaust, which is great, complete devastation or destruction, especially by a fire. A sacrifice completely consumed by a fire, burned offering. Many religions of the past have used sacrifice to the gods, like male animals or different humans per se. Another form of a holocaust. And then when we think about the Catalan, Welsh. Let's see. Did I go to the wrong page? Looked like I did. Hold on, y'all. I got lost for a second. Let's stick with it. All right. And okay, mass slaughter. Then it goes to 3. Mass slaughter of Europeans or the Jews or any type of slaughter of life that was huge in definition. When we're thinking about so remember we started with the obviously Eurasian, Euro. Euro is a word that is a forming element. So if it starts off as a European, Euro is a forming element. Specifically, is that etymology of that. Asian going into inhabitants of the Asian the Asian minor, a frequency, a tone. Something has to happen with the frequency and tone. There comes light and there comes energy and other things of that sort. But that goes back to as well that fermentation, the cattling, all of the things that we just read in that first part in those definitions of the ka. All these things kind of coinciding to me for some reason. I'm just wondering if I'm the only one that's seeing some shit. Euro, word meaning the forming element, right? So that's the forming of Euro-Asian, Asian Minor. 1300 Latin and Greek. Could also be from Akkadian, 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 Asu, which is to go out or to rise, in reference to the sun. The land of the sunrise, Akkadian, the land of the sunrise, Akkadian, the sunrise. They say the sun, that's like Jesus. Jesus, that white Christ spirit that came and rose from the dead in 3 days. The rise of religion, the rise of history, the rise of from the dead, like I said, story of Jesus, the rise from the ground coming from the ground, the fermentation, all these things into effect, and everything that considers what we just read about the ka and everything coming into the heating aspect. When something's heat, it is actually coming into effect. The sun brings energy. It's protons, electrons, neutrons, all of this mixing with certain organic matter, mixing with certain things. So on and so forth, using certain things that may have been going on with the excavations, lowering certain areas, lowering and dismissing the seas and the waters and, certain things in certain places, certain high places, now low places, frequencies throwing off, equators throwing off, certain frequencies of electromagnetism of a person and frequencies with the mixture of these soils, with all these different things that can come about with the car, is what it says. Could be a Caucasian, Asian, from Asian Minor, the ground. The beginning and the start of false history, bringing in the rise of religion with Jesus, the H, that silent H, that Christ, the Christ that you want to think is the spirit, but it is the spirit of another sort, not so much the soul, not being tied into the soul, because the soul is separate, right, from the spirit. When we think about the spirit that may have arisen, may not be the same soul because it's not the same organic life that rose from the gods, but it is from the soil. ashes to ashes, dust to dust, Adam and Eve. First came he, then came she. But that's not the true story. The real story is first came she, then came he. There couldn't be a he without she. It makes no fucking sense. So now when we think about this,
Thank you.
when we
Thank
think
you for
about this,
saying
we're
that.
going back to a backward story, right, bro? I'm gonna be quiet for a minute. All that I just said, I was trying to read most of some of these things. I didn't want to go over all the whole thing. But what y'all thinking about any of that? I'm gonna just sit back and mute for a second.
Well, you literally just, man, I got to get out of here and go inside this store right quick. But look, now you really just like rose my spirit up because that's my thing. I'm for really restoring like the matriarch. And so when I hear especially a sister talk like that, saying that what you just said about, the way the story's been told is backwards. When you said they teach us in the beginning, it was a he, then came she, but in actuality, it was actually she, then he. We don't have that story though, but you said the reason we know this because it don't make no goddamn sense the other way around. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, that's key. I'm so glad to hear you say that, like for real, because a lot of us don't even get that. We don't even understand that part, but we still run with it because,
I don't get it.
Oh man, we still running with it because the other side is what's profitable, sis. The other side of that coin of the man being first, then came the woman.
Yes.
That is profitable to go for that. It's profitable. It's not profitable to admit the truth as to the woman being first and we came after. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't put the patriarchal mindset, which is the ruling mindset of today. It doesn't put that at the top the way it was switched around to be. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so here, go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
Even when you're thinking about, right, how that story now, that last part of what I just read, bro, because when I looked up the first, as soon as I looked up the definition of the Asia, right, and it went into all that, I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, then I seen Acadia, I'm like, Acadia, I'm like, well, what is Acadia? I heard Acadia. I said, that sound familiar. I still don't know why yet, and it's gonna come to me. My mind, sometimes I forget, because I've taken in so much information. I've been studying for years and years and years. I got so many documents and papers and books and letters, and man, we don't even talk about it, but stuff will come to me sometimes and I may not remember exactly what it is, and then it'll hit me, but it's something else. I'm gonna go deeper into this Akkadian thing. But when I read the Akkadian part, and then when it said to go out, to rise, and then it's talking about to the sun, the land of the sunrise. The sunrise. Wait a minute, they talking about Jesus, the son that rose from the dead. Wait a minute, to rise, to go out. What? Everything is a reference to this heating and flowing and the sacrifices. And wait a minute. Hold on, bro. I got you. I'm sorry, I just seen you. You know what I'm saying? So it tripped me out. I was like, whoa. So what happens is generally when something comes to my mind that stands out, it all came from somebody's live I was watching. Then they was talking about, oh yeah, where these people came from? What is that? And I'm like, well, shit, it would take to figure them out, but by knowing how the name came about, so they remember shit, because they ass don't remember shit. So they had to make sure they know they could remember what. So let's see, maybe it's something they put in some of these words. So that's just what made me look it up. So it's crazy when looking up that it's giving all these different things with the all this is with sacrificing, heat, devastation, destruction, the burning of fire, all this. I'm like, what? The ground, coming from the ground, and this and electricity, the dynamical electricity, not just electricity in general. Mind you, I'm going to say that part again, guys, if y'all didn't hear me earlier. The dynamical electricity. Now, I'm just sitting here like...
Hey, sis, right quick, I'm going to step away because I got to run into this store right quick. I'll be right back, though.
Go right ahead. So when it's doing that, I'm thinking like, this is just, my mind was reeling. I'm like, I got to slow down because I was going all over the place. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I had to like leave it alone. I wrote that down. I said, I'm going to wait till I talk about that with this, and then that's going to be that. But yeah. Anything, what else, bro? Anything you think about any of this we were just saying? Because I just want to hear your insight. This is crazy. And something with that too, when it comes to that, I'm sorry, I forgot, I left something out. Dang, I forgot to say this earlier on the show too. When it comes to the Akkadian thing, something about that is the surname of the Gen Lucius Cornelius, the Scipio.
The general.
Yes, that's what that has to do with that Akkadian thing.
But spell the word Akkadian that you keep saying. I can't see it.
It's AKKADIAN.
Yeah,
I-A-N.
yeah, Akkadian. Yeah,
Yep.
the Akkad. Yeah,
Mm.
that's basically what you calling nowadays the Middle East, but back then it was Samaria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Akkadians. Akkad meaning like the ruler.
Okay, okay. Oh, so that makes sense. Asia
Hmm.
Minor in the lore, and seeing that lore and some about this Asia Minor. I got to look more into that. I'm not
Yeah,
very
Asia
familiar.
Minor is Europe.
Okay, so right. That's what all this is saying, bro. But what I'm saying is, it's something about that in that place, and it's something like I say. I have to figure it out myself, you know.
But
But
what you talking about as far as but what the white slaves?
as far as it, as far as it pertaining to, how can I say this, brother? As far as it pertaining to lies, you know, as far as
Hmm.
like it means something, or it shows a part of something with some of the lies. It shows a part of some, definitely with like the splicing and all that shit. But it's some information that I feel like I can get out of that, just because, just like when just looking into the car. Long as I looked at Caucasian, this word forever and ever in all my
You
ages,
never
I never
you never
thought
heard
to
about the
look it
Asian?
up. Hmm.
I was gonna say you never thought about the Asian part.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, I've never thought to look it up, to look into it, to get to, nothing never brought my attention to, oh, the car, Asian. I
No,
know
no.
about the
Well,
dead Asian. I know about, all that. My thing is, I didn't think to ever look the word up before to break it down and find out the etymology and see what rings true, because all of this is coming about from the word, just that one word. I have 3 pages that I've written down of information on one word that I broke down. So a lot of times when you do that, you can get information. So that's what I did. I never did it before until now. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah. Carcass meaning dead, basically. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I
And
know. That's what we were
you
just
know,
reading, but I'm saying that's the whole
I
thing
mean
though.
that's
It's
not the
more
only
to it
meaning.
than just the
Yeah,
dead thing though. Is what I'm
I know
saying.
that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's it's from the region of Caucasus Mountains, which is basically divides Asia and Asia Minor, because Asia Minor is so-called Europe, which ain't nothing but 3 peninsulas. It's only 3 peninsulas. Like Florida is a peninsula. That's all Europe is. It's 3 peninsulas. Italy, Italy, Britain and Ireland. That's it. So they all basically Asians of a sort. You feel me? They all coming from the albinos. That's why the Britons are called Albions. It's the same exact word, just a slight variation. It's called a transliteration, but it's the same word. So basically they giving honor to their ancestors because they know they came from, at best, at very best, they came from the albino. Not to say, it ain't been a little extra stuff going on, but their real creation story comes from the albino, or the Dravidian
Let's
albino,
see.
which is basically who we flooded, Asia with. We had to put them somewhere colder, so we weren't gonna keep them in these, equatorial places. Like we live near the equator, so even over here in America, they have a part of the world. If you look in Mexico, it's a place called Tamahu. So we always talk about who invented the Tamahu. Everybody got that did it on their own, cause y'all got a place called Tamahu, Mexico. Nobody else ain't got no Tamahu anywhere. You feel me? Like Egypt got records of the Tamahu, but y'all actually have a city. You feel me? So everybody done this. Play God or been, Yakub type scientists, basically.
Let's see.
And I don't know why people hate the Moors so much because I know y'all know the Moors was over here way before Columbus. So I don't get it. Like y'all know we was here before Columbus. Ain't no way around that. But y'all want us to lead with the cracker. We came before the cracker. Even if we gonna claim like, since y'all gonna push all Moors on Africa, y'all gonna make all Moors be African. Okay, we still was here before the cracker. So I don't know how the hell y'all gonna kick us out. We been down. We been all one for hundreds of years before Columbus. So I don't know what the beef is. Is this thing on?
Right. Yep, I hear you. I'm looking actually for another document, brother. I hear you though. I was sharing a page. I want to share a page. I'm just trying to find it because now I kind of lost it because I put down some of these pages I had open and I put the wrong one down. So I'm listening to you. I'm just trying to find something here. Give me 1 second, brother. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking in the chat, see if they got an answer. Cause I don't know, man. Like, it's propaganda.
Yeah.
You feel me? The Moors got information y'all need. Y'all got information the Moors need. We can take this land back over, but y'all want to act like we was never here. Man, the Moors been here before the cracker. I don't get it. Every researcher know that.
What are you saying, brother? As far as like the Moors,
We didn't come. The colonizer didn't bring the Moors to America. The Moors was already in America.
there were some Moors here, and there were there were Aboriginals, and there were Moors.
I mean, we was here hundreds of years before Columbus. Moors were
We were
Moors.
here hundreds of thousands of years before Columbus.
That's
but
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. But I'm saying, what is the beef with Moors if we was here before, way before Columbus? This could be your house. I mean, I thought we was
Because the
cousins. We been coming. We been coming over here. Now y'all act like we got corona.
well, because the Moors are the ones that brought the Europeans in here, and especially with a lot of this, like this white slavery stuff and this and that. They were the ones, a lot of them transporting these European and all these different immigrants in to have sex and stuff with our people and start mixing and doing all that. The Moors promoted a lot of that, brother. That's why.
Man, that's propaganda, man. That's propaganda. Like, we could say
How's it
anything. I
propaganda?
mean,
It's
it's not.
been proven that they weren't in cahoots with the bro. They was in hold
Look,
on.
right now.
They was in cahoots with the government, brother. I'm
So
speaking. Do you hear me? Can you hear me now? You hear me?
yeah, I hear you clear.
Okay. They were in cahoots with the government as far as trying to get them to trade on their people. Half of the Moors went against their own people when they were still in Ethiopia. This is the problem with what's going on with the Moors and why people can't accept a lot of the stuff, brother. They took a lot. They took half of their people, right? Turned them against their own people, going with these Europeans that we just discussed right now. Going with these people against their own people and fighting against them, and then joined with them, came over here and started fighting against us and our own shit because we was being nice to them, because we felt like these are people and we're going to be kind, we're going to share with them. The dude Columbus even, hold on, bro, I'm still talking. The dude Columbus even said, oh, they so nice and they so kind and this and that. We can just go take anything from them and just walk over their ass like they ain't crap, pretty much, bro. I mean, that's what happened.
Man, I done read Columbus Diary. I done seen what Columbus spoke of giants when he came. He said the women were so big they could have picked him up and bit his head off. They could have stuck his whole head in their mouth. And when the husbands came home, he was scared as shit because the mama in there feeding him and his crew, and them big giant men came in that motherfucker. But that's just a whole different story.
Right.
Because I know people don't really read what I read.
It ain't a whole different story. I just showed a whole picture of that earlier. I did a slideshow earlier, a preview of tonight, the stuff we was going to be talking about. And I literally showed these big giant ass people. But you know what? That was because they came over here when they started mixing, right, brother? This is what you're not getting. When they started bringing these people over here to intercede with us, everything I
No,
just was reading
you
in
give the
my
cracker too much credit. Yeah.
okay, bro, can you let me finish speaking? Because that's distracting when somebody jump in and say something that I don't agree with, especially in my ear when I'm just trying to speak. I'm going to be quiet when you're speaking and let you say whatever you have to say. So please don't do that to me. It's distractive to me. Okay, I'm sorry, but I got to get out what I'm saying. You throwing me off with that. I really was trying to say something that I felt was important. Now I don't even remember it, but go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. Hey, I'm trying to be respectful, so I'm trying to hopefully your
No, I
thoughts will
said
come
go
back.
ahead go ahead and say what you were interrupting me to say, brother, which made
I
me
know. I
forget.
said
So I'm just
hopefully,
saying, go ahead.
if you hear me, I said hopefully your thoughts will come back. So I mean, I wasn't in a rush. My bad.
I was talking about what were you talking about? That'll bring it back. Let's just go back again, okay? And I'm just a little frustrated, brother. It's
You
not you
you
because
were
people do
saying
that. People say
you
things, and
you were
I know
saying
you're
that
not
the
trying to
giant
interrupt, but it happens with
you
me. And
you
go ahead.
you said the giants and all came from the colonizer
Right, right. I
coming
know.
over
Okay.
here.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I know exactly what I was going to say. I appreciate that. What I was trying to say, brother, is that when they came here, right, and they brought these people over here oh, yeah, look at these pretty white women. Y'all could have them for $2 or whatever they was doing. When they brought them over here, brother, what happened was they started mixing and mingling and stuff with our people. This is what happened with blending them in with our people. So you know how you were talking about like the giants and these guys are so big and this and that. Yes, absolutely true. There's like a whole nother story on it. I've talked about it plenty of time, but people just think this shit is a fairy tale, so I don't really get into it, right? But when it comes to it, brother, we were huge giants. We were gigantic people, just like you're saying. That movie that they make, what's that Avatar movie? It explains a lot about us as a people, and we were really in
Can you hear
tune
me,
with
sis?
nature. Nature was in tune with us. Nature was everything. So we were able to be a part of everything that was nature. We were not demised now. So when they start mixing and bringing these people in, brother, tempting our giant men and with these little dirty white people, they would. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. But they were at the time. They didn't know how to really clean and bathe well. This is factual. They have documentation of this stuff too. So when they brought these people over here, right, and they start mixing with our people, brother, it started tainting us, our blood. It started bringing us down. We weren't pure. And this is why the size and the masculinity, the femininity that was large, all of that stuff started being demised. What you want to say about that, Zoe, real quick? Because I know you understand what I'm
Can
saying.
you hear me? I mean, my mic been acting weird as hell, man.
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, man. They've been trying to stop me. they, they kicked me out twice and then blocked my mic twice. Um, I just want to say, man, you got to understand, my brother, that Christopher Columbus' story was about Moors and the Spanish conquistadors. You know what I'm saying? If you're familiar with that. And his name wasn't Christopher Columbus. His name was Cristo Colon. You got to also look at who were with these conquistadors, and it wasn't just the Spanish or the Moors. It was like several to nine other nations that raided this place upon like impact. They already had intel and informants here on the land, pretending to do business just for the sake of when the other people get here, they'll be able to start war within going out. So the people going to protect the borders, the motherfuckers will be already split up. So you got to look at reality on really what happened and look into the story of the conquistadors. This is like the arguments of the Moors and Christopher Columbus. He was with them. They all came and raided this motherfucker. And Chinese was involved too. Paleface, all of these motherfuckers. So when they raided this place expecting to run into cities full of gold being everywhere, sitting on the counter in the kitchen, on the shelf, motherfuckers just cooking, fucking gold on the stove because they heard of all of these fairy tale stories of people that never came here. So, and this problem started what a lot of people don't even look into is the conquistadors when they visited this place in the late 1600s. So they didn't have the right to even come into America and live in America, not the Moors, none of these foreign nations, until after the 1700s. And that's when they ended up deciding to start raiding this place. So you got to really look deep into their stories and what they talk about.
Moore's been over here for some damn 1700s. What you talking about?
Moore's been visiting here.
Man, we travelers, man. If you ain't no traveler, then you a country bumpkin. Could you imagine acting like you?
Hold on.
Imagine acting like you stayed in one little rural area.
Give me one reference of where the Moors is at here before 1700.
Man, bro, come on, man, stop that, man. I ain't got to really do that research for you, do I? I know you know it. I know you know it.
Because I already decoded the Moors a long time ago, bro.
What you talking about?
I mean, I already know anything you can speak about the Moors, I know already, brother.
Abu Bakari. What do you mean? That ain't no goddamn Columbus. That's way before Columbus.
Okay. And he came here on business, doing commerce. They
man,
were
he ain't going no goddamn well. He ain't going no goddamn well.
Was he not a pirate?
But why you call it? But do you think like the colonizer?
Hold on. How you gonna say the Moors been here if they pirates? Motherfuckers live on the water.
Bro, you think like a colonizer, man.
Come on, dude.
Like a colonizer.
I'm gonna tell you off rip. I sound like a colonizer. I'm from the bloodline of the American indigenous colonizers.
That don't mean nothing.
Okay, so what are you talking about?
Bro, you could be Toby.
Okay. So once again, I was just explaining. You interrupted me when I'm spilling, bro. I mean, you can have the floor after I'm done. Let me land my motherfucking plane. So once again, it goes back to these conquistadors. You know what I'm saying? That raided America, and they were looking for these temples and all of this of gold, and that's what they thought, but they ran into a war. So the war has been continuing from 1700 all the way up to 1930, 1945. Oh, I'm wrong about that? Okay, now you got the floor.
Bro, I gotta be able to converse back with you. So when you say something, I know it's, I'm gonna actually be able to respond. Like, I really don't even know what question that you just asked. I don't even know what you asked. I heard you say a date, like 1735 or so. I don't know what you said.
I didn't ask you no questions, bro. I don't need to ask you no questions. I don't want to know nothing about
am I wrong? Bro. You say, am I wrong?
No, I said, am I wrong with what I just said?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you didn't respond. So obviously you don't know.
Bro, you just said you're not asking me no question, man. I said, what is the question? And then you said, I'm not asking. Well, what's the question?
I said about having wars from here since 1700 to 1945.
Yeah, and what I said, bro, we was here before the cracker.
Okay, am I wrong about saying we were in war from 1700s to 1945? Okay, so now we're going to talk about who. Hold on, bro.
That don't mean you was at war with war.
To respond to that, so let me go ahead and give you some info then, real quick. Now we were in war with these same motherfucking Spanish conquistador Moors since fucking 1700, nigga, and you don't do your fucking research and come up here with this Moor shit, bro. You don't do your research, nigga. Look at motherfucking Louisiana, nigga. Why do you think they call it the French Quarters, niggas? Because we defeated the fucking Spanish Moors. They have a Mardi Gras to celebrate it on the islands, in Brazil, in fucking Venezuela. Do you not know this fucking shit, dude? So you calling yourself a Moor, nigga, you my motherfucking enemy.
Man, I don't understand about that shit when y'all say that lame ass shit. That's lame
shit, man. You dumb as hell talking more talking than no, nigga.
Bro, that's your ignorance is, man, y'all ignorant. That's colonizer type talk, brother.
Okay, you don't know, bro, nigga. You don't know.
I'm over here calling you a brother, even though you sound stupid to me. I'm still calling you a brother because you talking hate. You spitting hate. Like, I don't know why y'all don't just be Hebrew Israelites with this
bullshit. The Moors fucked our country up, nigga.
Bro,
do you not
got it, man. Y'all need to be Hebrew Israelites.
Fucked our country up, nigga. Do you not get it?
Bro, you sound like a Hebrew Israelite.
Okay, no. I'm an indigenous, a fucking American nigga, and I'm a national. I'm in correct status, nigga. You got driver's license. I haven't had them for 7 years.
Bro, you don't know who you talking to?
Oh, no. I don't give a fuck who I'm talking to, nigga.
I know, so you just assume. You trying to make an ass of you and me.
Once again, you're a Moor.
What the fuck,
I'm trying to Cherokee motherfucking goddamn Blackfoot, bro. We do not fuck with Moors.
I don't
Ever.
give a damn about that. Hey,
Okay, so
bro,
fuck
you
you,
sound like
nigga,
the
and
Ku
all
Klux
that
Klan.
bullshit you talking. You're not
You sound like the
motherfucking thinking
KKK.
enough to
A
be
lot
up
of you
on this
niggas so
panel,
light
nigga.
skinned, y'all
You're
pass for
still
white, man.
learning, dude. You're still
A lot of
learning,
you
bro.
niggas pass for
You're
white,
still
man. Come on,
learning,
man.
bro.
Stop that, man.
Go on with that pseudo shit, man. You need to get off the
No.
panel with that pseudo bullshit, dude.
Nah, nigga. You a hater. That's all it is, bro. I don't get what you doing. You showing a lot of hate. Y'all ain't, come on, man. That show a lack of intelligence.
We're in
When
an
a person got
Aboriginal
hate,
community and you're African in an Aboriginal community, bro.
bro.
How do I sound like
you
a
call
hater,
me
dude?
African all you want, and
You
if I
stupid
was,
as shit,
that
dude.
still wouldn't make me your enemy, nigga. That still would make me your enemy.
Hey, I
Nigga,
bet you your motherfucking mama don't even know shit more. I
how
bet
many
you your mama
Indians?
don't know shit more. I bet
Bro,
you
how
gonna
many of
ask
your
your mama
family?
right now. I bet you
Bro,
she
how
won't
many
say
of
shit more.
your family were Buffalo Soldiers, nigga?
Man, all of my motherfucking family know we
Buffalo
motherfucking
Soldiers,
Indians,
nigga.
nigga. What the fuck you
How many of
talking
your
about,
family were
dumb boy?
Buffalo Soldiers, nigga?
I
That's what the fuck you
know
was.
they're
Man,
Indian too, nigga.
your family
Buffalo
sold out.
soldiers was Indians,
Your
nigga.
family were on both sides of the war, nigga, trying to put that shit on the Moors, nigga.
Okay.
You trying to
want
put that
that
shit on the
pseudo ass
Moors,
shit.
nigga. Your
Man,
family was on both
pseudo ass
sides of the
nigga,
war.
bro. Get on with that bullshit.
Your family was on both sides of the war. What about that?
FC at, nigga. Stop that bullshit,
Bro, your
bro.
family was on both sides of the war.
Stop
What about that?
shit, bro. You need to stop it, bro. For real.
Oh, but you don't hear that
sound
though.
dumb as fuck,
But you don't hear
bro.
that though.
You sound dumb as hell.
Your family's on both sides of the war, bro.
Okay, for real.
Duh, and you an Indian, nigga.
Oh, for real?
So what you talking about? You sold yourself out, nigga.
You don't know what the fuck Indian mean, do you?
Man, you was gonna ride with whoever won, nigga. Man, bro,
You
whichever
dumb as
side of
hell,
your family
man.
win, you rocking with them.
Nigga, everybody.
Nigga, your family fought each other, nigga. And whoever win, you was gonna rock with them.
Let me see if you can swallow your foot. Your mouth so big, I bet you can swallow your whole foot and ankle, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Like you dumb as hell, dude. Man, you wussy as hell, bro. Stop that shit.
Well, I got some pictures going, guys. We can kind of check them out and see what we think about them because Ninja said he said I love arguing with people when people involved yelling are who's right. Both right. They both right, bro? Everybody right. Shit. We all right. Have somebody gonna be
Yeah, I ain't arguing that he not African. I ain't saying nothing about that shit, but he talking some shit like, nigga, Indian ain't indigenous, nigga. You don't even know what the fuck Indian mean, bro. Stop that shit. Y'all niggas, y'all panheads be crazy.
Indian, what? You ain't listening to nothing I said, man.
I don't have to. I wouldn't want to, bro, because you're a Moor.
Stop that.
I don't want to hear no more.
Yeah, I know. That's ignorant.
Yeah, because y'all not intelligent at all.
Yeah, I know. That's ignorance, bro. At its finest.
Right. Okay,
That's
go
ignorance
there.
at its finest, brother.
Oh, wow. From
what you want me to talk greasy with you, man? Go on with that lame ass shit, bro.
No. I ain't got to talk to you at all. Nigga, you ain't on my level to talk to me, bitch ass nigga.
Shut the fuck up. I'm done rapping with you, nigga.
Nigga, rapping bitch ass nigga.
If
You ain't
Sister
saying nothing
Soul
to
want me to
at all.
rock, I'll leave, man. I'll wait right now.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all.
Little weak ass boy. You see my name, nigga? I'm the wolf god, nigga. I don't give a fuck about feelings, nigga. Fuck your emotions, boy.
Nigga, that's all you spitting is
I know.
emotions.
You're
Shit,
in your
nigga.
emotions, man.
Fuck
Sit
about
your
how
ass
you
down
hate a nigga. That's emotions, nigga.
You just said you're more, and I just debunked all your more shit real fast, and you got
ain't
upset.
debunked shit, nigga. Man,
I
we
know,
been here
you
before the
mad as
cracker,
hell
nigga.
because I just exposed
Nigga, we been here
the
before
Conquistadors.
Conquistadors, nigga.
You mad because I exposed the Conquistadors,
nigga, you mad because I ain't motherfucking stay in one city for the goddamn
but you
2
still
million years,
African.
nigga.
You're a panhead, bro.
What
Why
neighborhood
are
with
you
2
in the
million years?
Aboriginal community?
Fuck you claim. You claim you
I'm
stayed in
asking, why
one
are you on here?
neighborhood for
What
2,000 years,
information
nigga.
can you share?
Fuck
Share some
y'all.
information. Share something. Let me hear something. What's intelligent? Tick tock. I know.
Bro, you know if I talk, you gonna go to talk.
No,
you gonna cover me up.
I don't know shit about
man,
you.
Man, you trying to bury every word I say, man.
Face to face right now, nigga. I break your chin, nigga. Cause I don't play these word games, bro, online and all that extra shit. I'm a pro with my hands, nigga. You run your mouth real fast.
Obviously you play with the words right now. That's all you doing.
You're not intelligent
you
at all.
Open your
You
mouth.
sat here and said you're
bro,
more.
You want to open your mouth. You ain't never broke nobody's jaw, nigga. Shut that shit up, nigga. you talking out your ass, nigga.
Pseudo.
Hey, anyway, stick to the knowledge, jit.
Pseudo. Everything you said was pseudo, bro.
Gentlemen, thank you. Brother Knowledge, what's going going on, brother? Come bring some great old energy in there. I know you got some for me. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Shout out to Sister Soul. Shout out to your sister, your channel,
Thanks, brother.
and everything that's going on. First off, man, we could agree to disagree. We ain't got to get to shouting and yelling and calling each other names. I'm just saying to take very wise and disciplined people to do those type of things. I know we living in troubled times right now, so a lot of us stressed out about things, and we need somewhere to vent. Let's not take that shit out on each other. But I want to say something to the brother. I can't see your name, but I guess the more, bro. You said something that I actually agree with though,
What that?
and that is I have more Black European and Indigenous American in my family, and they was fighting each other. Ain't that what you said?
No, no.
No, you
Basically,
said
you
they was
just see.
fighting each other. Our family was
No, no,
fighting
no,
each
no,
other. You
no.
did say that,
Indian
bro.
was fighting
I'm
Indian.
agreeing with you.
Indian was fighting Indian.
Okay, no, the Moors came over here, right? So-called the Moors. This was the argument you was having with the other brother, and this is something that you had said to him. You said that we had the Black European in us,
No,
or whatever,
no,
the
I didn't.
African, the
I
Black
said you got.
African, or what
I
have you.
said
We
your
was fighting.
Indian.
We had Moorish blood in us. That's what I.
No,
Let me use
no.
bro. Hear me out. I ain't gonna be that long. I'm gonna use the term Moor. You said that the Moors was over here, and the Moors and the Indians was fighting each other. That's family. So it was like they was fighting each other. That's what you said. Now
No, I
I'm just
didn't.
going off my
No, I didn't, bro.
genealogy.
No, I didn't. No, I
Okay,
didn't.
bro.
I did not say the Moors and the Indians was fighting each other, brother. I said Indians. If you got Indian in your family, then 9 times out of 10, you got family that were Buffalo soldiers, and them niggas was basically on the other side. What you mean? I mean, Indians was fighting Indians, bro. You know that. You know that. I don't care what
Yeah,
none of y'all
my
say.
bad. I misunderstood what you said.
How would
All
that
right,
make
my
sense,
bad, bro.
bro? The Indian soldiers wasn't made up of 100 million people.
Bro, duh. It's called POWs. They got your ass and made you grab a gun.
No, you're a
You know
dumbass
damn
nigga.
well
Cause
you was the one who
I
want.
just said earlier she pulled up my motherfucking ancestors records, niggas, and we own bitch ass niggas like you. Am I
Hey
wrong,
man,
sister?
I could swear on everything
Okay,
too, brother,
so
that you did say that
Man,
though. I'm not
clean your
gonna.
mouth up,
No,
man.
you did say that. That's why I got on here.
No, I didn't, bro. You thought I
You
said
did say that,
that
bro. You
Moors
did
fought. No,
say
no.
that,
He was
and
saying that. He was saying
now I
that.
regret. I regret agreeing with you now. This is
Yeah,
like
that's
damn.
cool. That's cool too. I agree.
Because
I
I
want
mean
you
I
to,
know
because I didn't say Moors.
great great grandfather is from Europe. No, he is, man. Because I'm like, I looked up my genealogy, dog. Shit wasn't adding up. I needed answers. Now my mama's side of the family and my daddy's side of the family, they had different adventures in life, and it's very exciting to me. But right now, I know more about my mother's side of the family than I do my father's. I'm learning a little bit more about my father's side, but I know for a fact on my mother's side that they had Black Europeans in their family, but my great great grandfather married an indigenous woman from Mississippi. Excuse me, from Alabama. Okay, I got pictures of her, and all this and that, man. Don't get me wrong, me doing this research is as astounding. It's just like wow. But to find out that I got folk in Europe, I was a little ashamed of it at first because I'm like, man, fuck that, man. I don't want nothing to do with that. But man, that's part of my history.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't finna shun that. I ain't. I'm proud of it. Now I'm finna look up and see what the surname over there, what they did. They probably was some Moors and ran some castles and shit and killed a few motherfucking Caucasians in certain battles and Spaniards and shit. I want to look that shit up. But I also want to know, I'm more intrigued about what happened here in North America, the USA. Because my father's side of the family,
You said USA.
they
Hell,
told, pardon, brother, go ahead.
No, I just laughed because you said USA. Like, man, bro. Like the first thing. See, I
Oh,
don't know, man.
nigga, you finna get on the term USA. Man,
Yeah,
come on, stop, man.
yeah, bro.
Stick to
No,
the
no, no, no,
topic, bro.
no, no.
Fuck the
What I'm
USA
saying is,
term. Stick to the topic.
no, no,
Let me
no.
finish
Watch
saying
this.
what I was saying. I want to learn what my
Another
father's
20
side
minutes.
of the family is because my big mama told me that I was not from Africa, and my big mama was a darker skinned complexion woman. Okay, and so was her husband, Jimmy. And God damn it, they told me don't you ever say that. Don't you ever say that. So I'm just like, man, she ain't gonna tell me that for no fucking reason to let me be indoctrinated. Both my grandmothers, though, my mama's mother and my father's mother, they never they believed in that out of Africa shit and all that other stuff. They never preached that to me ever. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Go ahead, bro. You got the flow.
Yeah, and if a Moor don't preach or don't believe in that out of Africa shit, y'all gonna think for him. Like y'all, man, y'all got the game fucked up. Like y'all can't, force that crazy ass ideology y'all got on nobody else, bro. That shit there ain't gonna fly, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got sellout ass niggas that got the same Indian background you got. They wear the blue, you know what I'm saying, with the badge on every motherfucking day. Or they out here in these streets killing niggas in the gang, all this shit. They got the same Indian blood your motherfucking ass got. Nigga, but they so
Right.
motherfucking grand and special. Nigga, and I ain't shit cause I'm a Moor and all this dumbass shit, man. Y'all niggas gotta wake the fuck up. We ain't got time for this little brain divisive ass shit that the cracker gonna tell you so you can not kick his ass. You ain't gonna kick the person ass you need to kick. You feel me? You gonna realize that, man, just like you niggas who like to say USA, y'all look at niggas like Haitians like they're not American. Like y'all dumb as fuck. I swear to God. And I know a lot of y'all think like that, and I hope I just change your mind, don't make you don't want to admit the shit. Cause I know you niggas think like that. Niggas dumb as hell. You know
You
what I'm
don't
saying?
even
Niggas
want
think
to
just
snow
like
on
the
the panel, my
colonizer.
brother. You don't even want
Fuck
to snow
them.
up here.
All right, see? You knew I was talking about you. I snatched your mother. Hey, bro, I
No,
heard
because
doggone
you
holler.
listen,
Y'all
you over
so
here
I
silly.
ranting
heard
about
doggone
y'all.
holler, nigga.
Listen,
Bro,
vegetable,
bro.
you over here talking about a weed, then you gonna go to talking about y'all, my dude. What the
Yeah,
fuck is
yeah.
you
And if
talking
the shoe
about, dude?
fit, nigga, I'm talking to
No,
you.
no, you saying y'all, nigga. You talking about our
Man, shut up. You
community,
know what
bitch ass
time it is,
nigga.
nigga. So,
Man,
so,
listen,
so what is a
listen,
Haitian?
I
So what is a
swear, my
Haitian?
nigga, you will
So
not
what
be
is a
this
Haitian?
motherfucking loud in person, bro.
What is a Haitian?
You's a weak nigga like that.
Hey,
You's
bro,
not
what
one of
is
them
a
niggas that
Haitian,
be
bro?
loud around your group and then be
Oh, okay,
quiet one
okay.
on
Hey,
one.
Indian. Hey, Indian, what is a Haitian?
Boy, you weak.
What is a
You
Haitian? Oh, yeah,
you
spit that shit. Let me hear it.
weak ass nigga.
Nah, you ain't got no answer. Come on, man. What is a Haitian then? One of y'all tell me. I know y'all Indians think them ain't Americans and shit, like, cause y'all got the USA school teaching. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Like
man,
they thought
Haitians
y'all
are
so well.
Americans, bro. Haitians are Americans. The
I
Caribbeans are
said
part of
that.
America.
I done said this already. You just heard me say it. Y'all took forever though to even say yeah or nay, and
Well,
that's
I
you.
had muted
You know,
myself because I was listening to you. I had muted
well, that's
myself. But
only
go ahead,
you.
bro.
Only you. You know, 100 other indigenous, so-called Negroes that would never say that shit you just said because y'all brainwashed as fuck and got the colonizer mind, and y'all think them little lines they drew up called your state. You think that shit really exists? Oh, that whole line of the USA. Oh, this the USA. That shit don't
It's the
exist,
United
man.
States of America, man. What you mean? That's
That
what
shit
it stands for.
ain't,
The United States of America. The states that are
brother.
united in the North American continent, brother.
No, no.
That
See,
is
see, you
what the
don't know what this,
USA stands for.
bro. One, this ain't the USA, anyways. You right now, you in the US. That's what you is. You a part of the corporation because the
I'm in the
USA has
US.
already been
And you is
dissolved.
too. You pay taxes. You pay
No,
your taxes,
no, bro.
bro.
No, bro.
You don't
Hey,
pay
bro,
no
watch
taxes at
this.
all. You
Bro,
don't pay
fuck
no
that. That
taxes
look,
because
bro,
if
the
you pay
taxes don't go
taxes,
to the government.
you
That's
part
the
of the
IRS,
corporation.
man. Bro, the
He's
taxes
so
going to the
slow.
Vatican and
Come
shit.
on,
What are you talking about?
man. You owe child
He
support.
said taxes going to
You owe
Bro,
child
Vatican.
support.
yeah. Yeah, that shit ain't no, you thought that shit was going to the U.S. government. Taxes. You really think that shit go to the U.S. government? You crazy as hell. Anyways, man. Bro,
Man, it don't. Don't matter.
He's
If you a
slow as
citizen
fuck.
of this country, bro, you
Why
gonna pay.
are you connecting that with the U.S.?
They're gonna lock
Why are you
your ass
connecting
up.
that with the U.S.? Oh,
They're
taxes,
gonna lock your.
taxes,
Well, don't pay your
USA,
taxes then.
USA, taxes. They don't even go
Don't pay your
together.
taxes then, bro.
Bro, so you don't get it
Oh
though.
Okay.
man,
All right.
listen. Hold on. Right now, the IRS is up under the Treasury Department, bro. You don't even know this because you
Sleepy
don't
as
know
hell.
law. You don't know
Bro.
law. You don't know law.
Bro,
I'm
you
telling you,
sleepy.
you don't know law, bro. Look it up right now while we on this motherfucking panel, bitch ass nigga. Why you keep running your fucking mouth? God damn,
Man,
you
bitch,
so
you pull
smart,
it
you
up,
stupid,
lame
nigga.
ass boy.
Right. He's a moron.
Ain't no little
He's
ass
supposed to
boy,
be a
man.
moron,
Shut
bro.
the fuck up,
So no
man.
law.
You a little boy, man.
Come
I
on,
know you
man.
want me to get off
You
the
messing
channel.
with the
Hey,
wrong
as
folks.
soon as Sister Soul Man want me off the channel, I'm gone, man. I don't give a damn about you lame dude, boy.
Bro,
You
our
a trip.
community wants you off the panel, nigga.
I
What the
don't
fuck
give
you
a
talking
rat's
about, boy?
ass, nigga.
Bye, nigga. Bye. Just say bye, nigga.
He's still on the
Press the
panel.
button,
No, he's
nigga.
still on
Boy,
the
I
panel. You
swear.
can't kick him
Listen,
off.
where are
He's
you
still on
at?
the
I'll
panel.
come
He
see
can
you,
stay
nigga.
on.
Like, for real.
Come
I
on,
don't
we
even say
building.
that, but I
We
would come
building
see
here
you because
more.
you so pussy,
He
nigga.
giving
You
us
a
more
run if I see
signs,
you,
and we combating it.
nigga. He
So,
weak as
hey
fuck.
man, we could do that. It ain't
He
nothing.
weak.
I agree with some of the more signs, and you know why?
Shit.
Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
They
Because
got
I'm from
knowledge, but this
Chicago,
dude
right?
ain't smart.
And I used to be a member. I used to be a member of the Black Peace Stone Nation. Now we draw off more signs. That's in our literature, okay? But see, I never joined the Moorish Science Temple of America because it's just I wasn't feeling. It was certain things I wasn't feeling. But I see where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? I see where you're coming from because I do agree with some of the things Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, but I don't agree with some of the shit he said. I agree with some of the things that a lot of them prominent Moors that's on YouTube and out here doing activism or speaking, whatever. I agree with some of them. Don't get me wrong. If a brother say something that makes sense, man, how can I deny it because he believes in something else that I do? I'm not like
Because
that. You know what I'm saying?
your homeboy right here is just like that.
I mean, I ain't gonna. I ain't finna. Hey, this my brother. You my brother, but he
Nigga don't
indigenous,
know
so
shit
you know
about
I
me,
got to
dog.
ride
And
with
you
the
still there, still
indigenous
running his motherfucking mouth,
side, brother.
nigga. Nigga, you might want to look my motherfucking name up, bitch ass nigga. You better
Man, I
be
don't, man,
careful
bro.
who you
I
talking
bet you
to,
I ain't.
bitch
I
ass
bet you
boy.
I ain't gonna study your lame ass, nigga. I
Hey
bet I
man,
ain't gonna
listen,
study you,
bro. Listen, bro. How
bro. I don't
you
want to hear that
talking?
shit,
You
bro.
talking timid,
Bro,
bro?
hey,
I know
bro,
you's
hey,
a
bro.
weak
That's the
ass
type of shit
nigga,
I
bro.
hang up just to let you know I ain't hear that whole ass shit. I don't give a
I
damn
know
about that,
because
bro.
you
Come
I
walk
on,
don't
on
give
y'all.
a damn
Deal,
about that whole ass
brother,
on
shit,
brother,
eggshells.
brother,
You
brother,
walk on
brother,
eggshells, my dude.
lame ass nigga
brothers,
like you in
brothers.
the
Come on,
game.
I
y'all.
know you
Come on,
walk
let's
on
build.
I don't
eggshells,
give
my
a damn
dude.
Let's
what you about,
build, y'all.
Just admit you walk on
Come
eggshells,
on,
my
man.
nigga.
bro. Whatever
Weak
you
ass
Let's
say,
take a
bro,
nigga.
ass
deep
You
nigga.
weak
breath.
as fuck, bro. Like you don't even sound tough
Come
trying
on,
to
brother.
talk tough. For real.
Bro, I ain't
Bro,
trying to
bro,
do
bro,
shit, but I'm trying
bro.
not
Right.
to. Lame
You
ass
Let's
look
boy.
humble
like it
ourselves.
wouldn't sound
Let's
tough.
humble
You know what I'm
ourselves,
saying?
Bro,
Like
man.
I'm
niggas should
trying
be
not
trying to
to. What
talk
you
hard
talking
tough.
about? I'm
I
trying
know.
not even
No,
to
let's
talk to
humble
you. Hey,
ourselves. Come
bro,
on, man.
bro, you a jit.
Y'all ain't gonna do that?
You a jit.
I know. I
Okay.
know. I know. I'm
Yeah,
your daddy,
yeah.
nigga.
And your
I'm
knowledge
your
is
daddy,
young
bitch
too.
ass boy.
Your knowledge
I'm
young
your
too.
daddy, nigga. I
Man,
got
that's
mine
all you
since like
Indian niggas, man. You Indian niggas ain't
I
got no
got
damn
mine since
brain, man.
1978,
I see
nigga.
this shit on y'all channels
I know.
all
I
the
know. I
time, bro.
know. I know. I know. Why you
Bro,
still
I see
talking?
this bullshit on y'all niggas channels all the time.
Yeah, I know. On y'all channel, see how he separate himself, but then try to talk a
Yeah.
we. This
There's a
nigga's
lot
a
of you niggas
troll.
like that.
You's
There's a
a
lot of you
troll.
niggas like
You's
that.
an ogre, nigga. You look like an ogre too. You's an ogre.
Yeah,
You a
you want to
troll,
hear
bro.
jokes and shit. I ain't got no
Y'all
jokes, bro.
see
I ain't
this,
got none of that
guys?
right now.
Trolling, bro. You
Hey, y'all see
trolling. That's
this?
all you doing.
Y'all see this?
Yeah, I
It
see it,
says
sister.
one sperm has 37.5 megabytes of DNA information in it. A normal ejaculation represents a data transfer of 1,587 gigabytes in about 3 seconds. The penis turns out is just like a memory stick if you really think about it. What do you guys think of that?
So y'all niggas go jag off, man, and calm down.
Release some stress or something, huh?
We need learning, Let's
What you
get
say,
it.
bro?
Where the building at,
Right, what's
The
going on?
Aboriginal
Come bring it,
company
Copper.
done.
See, my
I couldn't
thing
hear
is
you, bro.
like, hey sister, my thing is like, you don't find us indigenous motherfuckers going over to the Moor spots and then, trying to teach them that they American Indian and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's always the Moors coming over here trying to fucking change the narrative and put it on their part and piggybacks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Then get upset when motherfuckers tell them new information about their own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I have a problem with. That's why my name is Zoe Hustles, the Wolf God. I don't give a fuck. I'm alpha. I protect this land. I kill a nigga dead on motherfucker. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I live
Yeah,
for this
you'll
shit.
do it
Shout
to a
out
There's
to
nigga
no
you,
too,
joke
bro.
right?
in me,
I
bro.
bet you will.
I live
You
for
won't
this
do
shit,
shit to
dog,
a
dude.
cracker,
That's
bitch
what I'm
ass
saying,
nigga.
man.
You one
I
of them
know,
old
I know,
coochie
I
ass
know,
niggas,
I
boy.
know.
You a
And I know
coochie ass nigga. You ain't never did
and
to
I
a
bet
cracker
you
though.
live in your
How
motherfucking
many
mama
crackers you
basement,
did it to,
nigga.
bitch ass nigga?
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Sister
know, I
Soul.
know, I
Hey, I ain't
know,
gonna lie, you can
I know.
have this
Listen
shit.
to this
Cause
weak ass nigga.
man, hey, I can tell you ain't gonna never check this little bitch ass nigga. This nigga
You
lame in a
curved.
bitch. He ain't gonna do this to a
I know
cracker.
you
You ain't
curved.
even gonna whisper
You
that shit on
probably in
the
front of
internet.
a
You'll do it
mirror
to a
right
cracker.
now too, ain't you,
Sis
man?
ass nigga.
I know
You
you in
niggas,
front
hey,
of
I
a
bet
mirror
all
right
your
now.
rap
You
say the
believe
same
what you
shit,
say.
bitch ass boy.
I know, I
That's all you
know.
gonna do.
Y'all
What? You
just
gonna
You
kill a
change.
nigga? You a kill a
Y'all
nigga
yeah,
just
quick,
change the
won't
yeah,
you?
yeah.
narrative.
You curved fuck, nigga.
You
Y'all
a
wanna
kill
keep
a
You
nigga
curved.
talking.
quick.
I know you curved. You curved,
Yeah, you a
nigga.
kill a nigga quick.
You're herb, nigga.
Yeah,
You
you a
curved,
kill a
nigga.
nigga quick. Hoe
Yeah,
ass
yeah,
boy.
yeah,
Shut
yeah.
that hoe
Yeah,
ass. You
yeah,
won't beat
yeah.
a
Be
nigga
Yeah,
up
yeah, yeah.
quick.
humble.
You curved as fuck,
Be
my nigga.
humble. Never think that you are better than anyone else. For dust you are, and until the dust you shall return. And then, of course, your spirit unto the light.
Hey.
Say that.
Mm.
Cause
Yeah.
y'all
Order
brothers,
in the court.
I mean, I
Mm.
That's
That's
love
a
not
good
my
beautiful
brother. I
right
want
debate
to
and
there.
get back to the
passionate shit, but y'all
Aboriginal
brothers
shit though, for real.
is
You know
being
what I'm
like
saying? Like
y'all out. Come on, man. Act your
That shit
age.
out
we
of
gotta
pocket.
speak on
Act
some
your age,
indigenous
man.
shit. I'm tired of hearing these motherfuckers
He a
that's
jit.
coming from some foreign information. Let's speak on some indigenous
Man,
shit. Let's
you
talk about
hey,
motherfucking
so what? Go
polygamy.
listen to them
Let's talk
crackers
about
then.
the most ancient styles of fucking building in megaliths and shit. Let's talk about some real shit. The first crafting of goddamn fucking stone and marble. Let's talk in jade. Let's talk about some indigenous shit.
Yeah, get to
Well,
it.
my Moorish
Let's
brother,
get it.
You know
Let's
what
what do
I'm
get
you
it.
know
saying?
I'm
about
ready.
Like,
the
like,
marble
like,
and the
sis, I know
architecture?
you seen that. Did you see that? Did you see that? That Batman God mask I sent you, the green one, is made out of all jade.
You want me to pull it up, bro?
Yeah, pull it up. Let's get on it.
Let's see. Let's
Cause I
see.
don't fuck around. I love
Let me
America.
go
You know
to
what I'm saying?
my
This my motherfucking mama.
Man,
Meta
I'm probably the reason you know about that.
Nah,
Man,
you
I
don't
put
know shit, nigga. You
I
don't
put
even
that
know me,
post out
pussy
years
ass
ago.
boy. You my
Nigga, my
son. Sit
Instagram
down,
got that
son.
shit
Son,
2 years
son,
ago, boy.
son, son. Listen, son. Be quiet while Papa's speaking, okay? So this is like it's a solid jade mask, and this is an ancient mask, but jade is one of the hardest stones, like one or two steps
That's
down
the thing.
from diamond. So this is some indigenous shit from America. Once you get a chance to
That shit
pull it
ain't
up,
ancient.
All right, brothers. I'm pulling up. I was just getting to the sister real quick. Was asking about the information. Sure, sister. Make sure you just email me, hon, and let me know you're interested in the information to remind me. And then I will send you quite a few of the links that I get some of my info from, babe. I got you. All right, though. I'm about to pull it. I'm finna look now, hon. Give me a minute.
if not, you can pull up some of the temples of gold, or you can
Okay.
pull up some of the carvings. You know what I'm saying? Like the 100 and almost 80 foot Olmec, head carved on the side of the mountain. Get to some stuff.
Okay. Let's see. There's quite a few in here. Let me see, brother. Hold on a minute. You sent you sent those after the one with those pictures with your grandmother and stuff, right?
Yeah, I sent you a ton of stuff.
Okay. Epic Study sent me a bunch of stuff too, and I'm looking now, bro. Give me a second. I gotta find it. Go back. I don't see, bro. I don't see it. I got too many emails. Can you send it real quick, or is it hard for you to get to? I'll keep looking real quick. It's all.
Yeah, I can send it real quick. Hold on.
Okay. see, what's this? Is this? No, it's something else. Let's see, mound builders, Negro, and script text. Hold on, guys. Trying to pull up something else till the brother sent me the link. Hold on a minute. Let me see. Do. Man, I got so many emails, y'all. I'm sorry about this. Hold on. This might be a good minute for like a quick little 3-minute music break, guys. Let's do that. Let me get me something to drink. My mouth is about dry. Grab me something to drink, and then I'm looking. I'm gonna wait for the brother to send me this real quick,
Matter
and
of
then
fact,
we'll get that up. You got it set,
I
bro?
found that
Oh, I
that
see it.
mask on my post. Like I see it, May 23rd, 2019. It said in the Maya mythology, there's a god with a man's body and a bat's head, pointy ears, and part of his face covered with a mask. They called him Kamazot, Camazotz. Does he remind you of someone? You know, the Maya Codex described Camazotz holding a knife of sacrifices in one hand and his victim in the other. However, there are no more representations of this god.
Ooh, nice.
You know, 5 centuries had to go by for the bat-headed Maya man to be represented as something similar to an effigy. Yeah, so this mask ain't as old, but it's made in commemoration of the Mayan Codex about Camazotz.
All right, here we go. Got it. Goodness, didn't that
And
shit
we go
take
back
long enough?
past them.
Okay, guys. Goodness gracious alive. I can't catch a break today. All right, let's see. Let's see here.
No,
Let's
go to the
go to
last
like
one.
whatever. Go to the last
That
one.
one right there. Hey, that one right there. That's my boy though. That's like he got on the whole costume, but when you pull it up close, you can see his face and everything. No, not the last one in that file. I sent that jade
Oh,
mask
okay.
last. Yeah,
Okay, hold on.
that
Let's
right
see.
there. That's a beast right there. That on my face.
That's the only one I got, bro. Oh, it's a different one in here. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, I didn't title it because was still in the
Okay.
chat.
Oh, I'm putting it. Hold on. Let me change that. Stop sharing for a minute, cause now I don't see it. Hold on, bro. Oh, this is from another one. Okay. That's that. Oh, you must have sent it in the same email, bro, because it's like all of them attached. Now I can't see which one is. Okay, wait a minute. This was
Yeah, it's
from.
one separate. It's gonna have
Oh,
just
it's one
one
separate.
file
Okay.
on it.
Okay. Oh, it came late. That's why it just came in. Hold on. Here it goes.
Okay.
Oh, all right. I got it. Oh, this look crazy too.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. And then there's another one made out of solid copper and gold. They found
Wow.
in the caves down there, and it's
What is
actually
this?
like with shoulder pads connected to
Jade,
it
I
and
think.
everything.
You said that's Jade, brother.
That's jade.
Mm.
Pull that big so they can see that motherfucker. That's one of the hardest stones on the planet.
It won't zoom in for some reason, brother.
Oh no.
Yep, it won't zoom in. Oh no, I'm lying. Here we go. Down here on the picture. This new computer, I swear I'll be trying to get it together. Okay, so wait, so I gotta zoom it there and then zoom it in at the top. Okay. So yeah, see? Oh yeah, definitely it's Jade.
And just imagine
Ivory
what
teeth.
they use. Right. Just imagine what they used back then to be able to create that with a polished finish, with the design, the cuts, and that being one of
Wow.
the hardest stones. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful.
That motherfucker crazy. That's why I was like that. The bat god, and you could tell like he actually has a more of a like a human face, but then they got the mask look to him too. But these were like a lot of times when motherfuckers put on they goddamn festival goddamn outfits and shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas mask up.
Right. That thing look nice.
But now you can go into that folder though. That
The
folder
first
got a
one.
lot of stuff. Yeah, that got a lot of stuff in it.
Okay, let me go to that one.
I couldn't. It kept telling me I was over exceeding the limit. So I was just sending them by in little chunks. I got over 30, 50 new pictures of a lot of shit that haven't been seen.
Oh, I didn't see this one. You had sent one. Oh, these sky pictures. Okay, I ain't gonna go there. Let me just not, cause I get.
Hey, dude, for yesterday, yo, I was like, you ain't even respond. I was like, damn, she didn't even respond. Them sky
Brother,
pictures
I
is
didn't.
super crazy. Uh,
Yes, I didn't see it. I'm so bad because it be hard. I be trying to do one thing
hey,
after the next
hold
thing. I
on
was
though.
getting stuff together.
Hold on, sis.
This is a good one.
Just read what it says on that post that you just not reading it. Read it out loud so that everybody can see what you're looking at.
Okay, hold on. The same one.
Yeah,
Da, 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 da.
the
Mother
sky picture.
Mound of Original Tribes. The Sky
No,
God shots.
yeah, the sky got shots. Read the post on that I set up under it. You can actually see it. Matter of fact, pull that up. We can get on that too. Because we know that a lot of things like we living in a dimensional world, but what I'm saying
Right.
at the same time, we know that we behind now. And the further you go back in time, they were more advanced. They were in a higher realm than we are. It's like we
Right.
frequency has fallen, you know what I'm saying?
That's what. Yeah, bro. Talk about it. It says, yep, it says, here's the sky shots. I caught the dragon and firehawk fighting, and you can see the hawk flying down from the right and the dragon going for its neck. Wow, that's crazy. Yes. I love these pics.
You can actually see it though, right? You can
Right.
even see the
Yep.
dragon fucking
Yep.
man, pull that picture up
That's
so everybody can see
crazy.
that.
Oh, y'all not seeing? Look, I'm just scrambling over it. Hold on. I thought I was sharing it. Hold on. I forgot. That was the other picture. Hold on a second, y'all.
Oh shit.
Wow. Mm-mm-mm.
Man, I got three
That's
phones with pictures
crazy.
in it. I got three phones with pictures in it that I just won't turn on because the pictures I'm scared that the system gonna end up getting them and erasing them.
Mm,
Go to the
this is
go
beautiful.
further down in the pictures and you'll be able yeah, those pictures well, no, that's the first one. And the more that the
That first one.
sunset, yeah,
Ooh.
those right there, one of
Yes.
the last pictures of that right there, you can actually yeah, well, you can see that one if you pull it up. You can see the firehawk
Thank
on the
you.
right and the dragon on the left, and you can see the dragon neck going up for the underbite, like a pit bull, you know what I'm saying? But the shit is crazy. You can see the tail of the dragon on the left too, but when you pull it up, you'll really be able to see it.
Mm.
Zoom in on that, sis. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now y'all see that? Y'all see the firehawk on the right and the dragon on the left? We're at a spiritual war.
Right. Keep telling them, bro. They better be ready.
And
Get
motherfucker
your
will
mind
say,
right.
those
Look
are
at this one.
clouds. When have you ever seen clouds spike, like just in shape? That was before he even went over there by the dragon. That picture right there, that's when I was going down the highway. As I kept riding down the highway, I'm just looking over. I'm just noticing that this form looking like a cloud was turning into a fucking bird. That's why when I got, as you can see, the pictures developed even closer to that
Right.
attack.
Wow, that look crazy.
Shit's crazy. Look at the long tail on the left, just going way out with the spike. But you can get back to them ancient pictures if you want to, man. That stuff right there exposes a lot too.
This one here too. It's crazy. I see one with the it was a lady in a bird flying. I showed it a couple of times. It's like people don't be they don't they it how can I say it? If their mind is not like really open, a lot of times people hold on, brother, I got to switch. Let me go back. If their mind not really open, a lot of times, they just not gonna have the eye to see certain things. I mean, you
Right,
could put it in
right.
their face, show them all over, all over. I mean, it'd be crazy. I had
Perception
one
is
homegirl used to
perception
show her
is
stuff,
a
and she never
powerful
saw it.
tool.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But I had found down in Mexico, also like in La Mexicana.
Mm-hmm.
I think I sent you those pictures too, where like a lot of the Olmec and all of them, I think they actually had schools or like skill and trade locations to where people would actually be learning how to learn that style of brick cutting and stuff like that. And they were building
Oh.
big ass monuments out of the side of mountains, turning them into temples. And yeah, that one right there, that's my dog right there, man. Like he got such a he looked like one of my cousins inside of that motherfucking big ass goddamn outfit.
It looks humble. It looked like a
But
real,
hey,
real
But
like the
I was
way.
gonna say, yeah,
hey,
I was gonna
hey,
pull it up so they can see his face. You can see his emotions. You know what
Oh
I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, look
I,
definitely.
hey, that was a cool way to say living in a cave when you carve in the
Mm.
mountain and making it, appear
Look
to
at
be
that.
whatever you want it to be. But it
Look at
still
that
is
brother
what it is.
right
It's still a
there.
mountain.
Now that's a cool
Say
brother
that,
right
brother.
there.
Look on my page, Willie. I did a whole live on We Are the Superheroes. You got to look back on my page to find it. I think I reposted it last week. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, that's my homeboy right there though. He look
Yeah,
cool as a
that's this
motherfucker.
that man, that face right there say everything. It looks so real. The
Yeah,
detail.
it looked like it looked like a goddamn a real image. These are on the side of some buildings still in La Mexicana that they didn't tear off of the building, and they left some of the shit. You know what I'm saying? So you still got
Right.
some of the ancient, you know what I'm saying, Mayan and Olmec, structure that they ended up bricking around it. But you know what I'm saying? They just, it's crazy how you would look at
Mm.
ancient structure and see how motherfuckers are going sometimes rebuild the shit after they done already tore it up coming to this bitch and warring over land and shit. But now they building it back up and they want to renovate it and make these the lawyer offices, the courthouses, all the shit they didn't squatted in, you know what I'm saying? They didn't turned it into their locations. But look at this carving. Now, like the carving that was here is so dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually like 3 and 4D. Like some of the carving will be going in and some will be coming out. And just to see that in the stone, you know what I'm saying? Like carved in the stone. And
Right.
to this day, there's not technology doing that to a solid brick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is called a diamond blade, but they don't give the ancients that kind of credit for having no technology or whatever.
Yeah. That's why I was saying, man. Like if you go back 3,000 years ago, man, they was like 100% smarter than us and shit.
Yeah, but everybody think like technology is what we need. Is not like all of this is the problem. You
Look
feel
at
me?
this
Them parts.
alchemy right here. This is the gold city that they made the movies and cartoons about. They've been looking for it. They found it and just kept it hidden, and only the elite motherfuckers know where it's at to go and visit it. But these are solid gold temples. Like a lot of them are not all the whole building solid gold, but a lot of the what they call I forgot what they call that where the preacher be standing up there and preaching from
Pulpit,
the podium.
The altar.
all of that.
Yeah, all of that.
The
That's
altars.
all
Yeah.
solid gold. Yeah. But see, look at this one. This one is more almost all gold. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
if you look at it from the
It's
pillars,
darker. You could
the
tell because it's
around the
darker.
windows. Yep. But then you pull it down, you can see the ceiling. The gold goes all the way up to the ceiling.
Right. All the
Stupid
intricacies.
architect. And so since they don't want nobody, they don't want a Negroid people to claim that this, this is their ancestors built this. They'll keep that shit hidden. But guess what? We ain't going nowhere, motherfuckers. We was right here on the wall chilling. This is on the side of a mountain. It's over 150 foot, like tall. So guess where they duplicated this at? Right.
Route Rushmore.
Right.
Hmm.
I think
I don't. And you
no,
know
no,
what,
it's not.
brother? On that, I think they actually, had carvings on the mountain already, and they
They redid
recarved
them. Yeah.
over it.
Yep, they
Yeah.
recarved over it. Yep, it was
Hmm.
four Negroid. It was actually four Negroid people. Yeah.
And it look like he got a fez on.
No, he got one of them. He got one of
No,
them
Uh,
helmets on. He got the
them
Olmec
Olmec.
helmet
Yeah,
on.
them Olmec helmets.
uh, yeah, it's called a fez.
No, it's
No.
not called a fez.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fez, the fez
Olmec,
does.
Olmec definitely had the fez on.
Okay, but the brother,
No.
the fez is a different type of hat. It doesn't come down over the forehead like this, and
Look,
it's
there's
not
no
this
No.
such
type of
thing
Wrong.
as a
hat. It was
hat.
a.
Look,
No.
look,
This is
all
a
hats
helmet.
This is a
look,
helmet, brother.
A
all
helmet.
hats are made from a conical shape. The conical shape is what a fez is. All there's no such thing as a headdress without a fez.
Okay. Well, a helmet is not a hairdress, bro. It's a head protection. And that they wore
Yeah,
those
that
during
sounds good,
Rebel
but
Day.
I know some of them statues got feathers on their head. I know what you're talking about with the helmet holding the thing on their ears and all that. I know what you're talking about. I was just being, funny right there, but nah, good and well some of them Olmec heads got feathers on.
So you got
Look
to
like a
think where.
fez with a turban.
Okay. But was that
You know.
all of the pictures, sis?
Nope. I'm going to the thing now to pull up the other list. I'm going to pull the list, Lord. The other album. I just didn't want to be going through it because there's some other information. Let me see. That's the one, right? Okay, I think this one right here too. Let's see.
I think you should have the one. See, my PTR is a carving, an ancient carving, and that's a motherfucking super dope carving of Queen Calafia. She had her dreads braided into two big ass ponytails, and then had two corn husks hanging around her neck. You know what I'm saying, by a rope. But you can see it like when you get the picture. Shit is dope.
Okay, so I see these, brother. Hold on, I don't know if I see it. Okay, the one is it in a separate email? Or it's in
How
the same one with that this one was in? Because I don't see it if it is.
Okay, hold on. Let me go out real quick. Y'all go ahead and build for a second. Let me go and check.
So yeah, when it come to those gold pictures, I showed some good ones earlier, similar to these, like the churches, and they over there, they got the even the black, so-called black European kings and queens on the walls over there with the gold, and they praising them and all of that. I'm looking like that's kind of crazy. Hold on, Copper, I got you. I ain't see him. We know more the strange things, people. Da da da. It's not that we're not more. The thing is, some of us are Moors and some of us not. That's the thing. I don't.
No, the only problem is that some people hate Moors. That's the only problem. It's not a Moor in the world that hates Indians. Even though we would never agree with that term that the cracker, created, because Indian means a ward of the state. Period. Like y'all never called yourselves that until after the cracker called y'all that. But everybody throw that on the Moors. No, the cracker gave y'all the word Moor. Man, the cracker couldn't read and write back when we were calling ourselves Moors. Cracker couldn't, like you said, they weren't even bathing. So We got to give ourselves more credit than that. Like for real. Don't just think Moors travel the world. You travel the world too. If you didn't, then you got a lot of incest in you. Because people who don't travel nowadays in little countries, little towns, it sounds like that to me. I don't even want to think that we stayed in little ass towns for eons. That's dumb. That's real incest, man. I promise you. Or it's not going to be no diversity in the genetics because how much can you switch it up? You can't switch it up.
They switched it up a lot. That's why we in the predicament we in now, bro.
No,
That's why we
no.
kind of messed
Right
up,
now,
honestly.
look, right now, if you was from a small town, then guess what? You would be related to over half the people in that motherfucker. So that's what I'm saying. It would be sick to think that our people were in those kind of conditions way before now. It's been going on for a long time, though. I know that. But I hope like hell we didn't live like that. You know, that's until they made big cities. That's when people started getting out of these small towns and, you know, spreading their oats, I guess.
Well, I don't know about that, bro.
I mean, more just means traveler. It don't matter what religion. It don't matter none of that. So people just, you know, hating the fact that it sounds like we was taking trips. You know what I mean? Shit.
Well,
Like,
I don't think it was about
pirates.
taking trips. It was about the treachery, bro. When they traded on their own people and then brought these people over here to, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of the problem.
But what about
we have a problem at.
But Indians are black people, right?
No.
What are Indians?
Indians are the people, the mulattoes that had come over here to take over our names. That names got switched to us, and you know, stuff like that.
So y'all call yourself Indians or not?
No, Aboriginal. We used to say Indians because that's what they used to call us.
No, they call y'all Aboriginal.
They didn't call us Aboriginal more recent. They did back in time, but then they changed it.
I'm saying they created that term too, is what I'm saying.
Township history. They created which term, brother? What are you saying? I'm
Aboriginal.
sorry, I don't think I get it.
They created the term Aboriginal.
So you're saying they created the term Aboriginal, or were we just Aboriginal? They did. How could they create something? No. Listen, what I'm asking you. Listen, what I'm asking you, brother. How could they create something that we were?
Look, if black people say that every day, they be like, "I'm a black person. How can they create something I'm already a black person?" Like, you get what you're saying now? You see that you just sounded like a black person defending black. So it's like Aboriginal is the same thing. Like, if you look it up,
that's not the same thing. What I'm saying is, if someone comes to a place where there's already a people at, right, and these people already exist there, and they already consider themselves Aboriginal people, they come there and they find out what these people are by them letting them know who they are or what they are.
That's a European term to describe you.
Well, who are the Europeans, my brother?
Huh?
Who are the Europeans?
Those conquistadors, all of that is Europe. Spain and all of that is Europe.
No. What time period are you talking? Because you can't spread it out like that.
Bro,
see, this is where the problem comes into effect.
Bro, if you look up Aboriginal, right now, Aboriginal, the word Aboriginal is folk etymology.
Okay,
folk
so
meaning fake etymology, brother. It's folk, folk etymology. If you look it up, it's going to tell you when it came from.
Okay, so the word Indian itself goes back into BCE. Just to be clear with this. Now, the word Indian comes from. Okay, you said no.
Go ahead. I want to hear it.
No, you said no.
Yeah.
Okay, because you don't know that then. So you just.
I want to hear it.
Okay, so the word Indian comes from India and Indio. Indio is masculine. India is feminine. So when you look at the word India and Indio, you got to look at Los Indios. So when you look at Los Indios in Latin, it means the dark people indigenous to America, right? So now you got to look at the India, the land of these people of Indian descent. That's the Midwest of America. Then they had the Indies, which was number 2. Then they had a number 3, India, which is once called Hindustan and Bharat. So because we conquered Hindustan, Bharat. We conquered Pakistan and all of that as well. We left India over there, and that was a land of commerce.
American
Oh,
Aboriginal conquered somewhere?
man, the indigenous Americans conquered most lands, bro. Do you not know this is the land of all kings and queens?
Oh my God.
Oh
I done
my
heard it all.
God, because you're learning something new. So now let's get back to the Europe part because we're gonna cover this Europe part to be clear. Now the first Europeans were not no paleface. The first Europeans was not no Spanish African Moors. The first Europeans were the Inca Empire. And they actually had war with the Spanish Moors, Conquistadors, and the Huguenots. So when you look at the time period, you got to look at what wars went on and who ended up landing there. Now, the Spanish Moors and all of that did land in Europe. I'm not going to disagree with that. But before that was even called Europe, that was West Germany. So we got to also go back and look at how they drew these maps out, and they're not correct. Then that'll decode a lot more because West Germany would be a part of Northwest Africa. So this is what all people got to realize when you look at who created the Europe, and the Europe over there was the Incan Empire. Who created the Roman Empire? The Incan Empire. They're indigenous to America. And the Roman Empire was the empire nations of America. That's why it was called the United Nations. And they created Roman rule, which was the Roman law. That's why we're still living under it today. So when we look at law, then we look at who controls the law of all planets. Why would the United States system be able to put a sanction on another company, another country to not be allowed to do business? Why? Because they're still up under the original American Roman rule. So when you go to the World Congress meetings, they're speaking one language. They're speaking English, which is the indigenous law language of America. And they have translators for all the other kings and queens and emperors and all of that. So we got to look at how this all played out and why we are hated by every other government, but every other country love the fuck out of us.
Hey, we ain't no Inca.
I am Inca, bro. I'm Inca, Olmec, Mayan, all of this, bro.
Oh my God.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, God. I am God, B.
Yeah, that German ass word. You're right.
No, I am God, B. And guess what? The Germanic word, those two languages in Germany. Which one you talking about? The upper or the lower? No. It's two languages. Two languages in Germany, my brother. Upper and lower. Which one you talking about? Because we conquered Germany too.
Bro, only Moors doing it. Bro, you can't say all this without saying you're a Moor. You saying all this, but you ain't saying you're a Moor. You gotta be crazy.
Moors didn't conquer shit, bro. Moors got ran out of America.
Bro, you crazy.
Oh shit! Damn, that hurt, don't it?
Bro,
I just told you about. Okay,
but you done took all the history and took the word Moor out of it. You done took all the history. You like the history, but you don't like the word Moor that go with it.
I don't fuck with history. You study history, my brother.
Bro, you the one talking about you making up. You making up history that you heard on YouTube.
Am I? Okay. So what is the Mardi Gras?
Bro, it's Saturnalia. Hey, it's Saturnalia.
What is the fucking Mardi Gras, bro? No, what is the Mardi Gras?
Saturnalia.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah, they praising basically doing an ancient tradition the Sumerians did. And we're gonna just locate this to one part of the world.
Where did the Sumerians get their information from?
Yeah, we talking about the Most High.
No, where did the Sumerians get their information from?
The God I knew.
Where did the Sumerians get their information
from? That's why you see him like a winged deity. He's winged. He got wings.
Let me ask you a question, because you like to sound intellectual, right? Where did zero come from?
Who?
Zero.
Zero? What do you mean, the number zero?
The beginning number zero.
Man, bro, it's not no number.
Oh my goodness gracious! It's not a number.
I mean, it means nothing.
All right, y'all can go ahead. You can have the floor for the rest of the day. I'm done with this.
Yeah, zero means nothing. The highest number is what? What, 9? I mean, you can say zero is a number. It still means nothing, though. But you damn sure wrong about that Inca and Europe shit. That shit crazy as hell.
Okay, since it's crazy as hell, let's go to it. Hey sis, can you go and pull up the Inca Kings list?
The Inca Kings list.
Yes, let's go to the Inca Kings list.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and do some studies to real quick.
Bro, you all of that, but all of them not even the same people. All,
Okay.
you know, the
All right.
Mayans
Hey,
and the
hey, hold on, dude.
goddamn
Why is you
Incas and the
defending something you
Aztecs,
don't even
all
know
different
about,
people.
bro? You defending something you don't know nothing about, bro.
Now you crazy as hell. I'm telling you. The
Okay, you tell
Mayans
me I'm
the
crazy as
In,
hell, but you don't know nothing about what I'm finna show
bro,
you. Oh
Inca,
wow.
bro, watch this. Inca ain't old, man. Watch this.
Oh, I never said Inca was another empire here. If you know your motherfucking education history, Inca is indigenous to America, fool. What are you talking about? What?
Mm-mm-mm.
God, man, sis, if you pull it up or don't, I'm
I'm
gonna
pulling
press
it
mute.
up.
Bro,
Inca empires.
they, they,
Who was
hey,
the
hey,
greatest Inca king? How many Inca
man, the
emperors
Inca,
were there?
hey, why did the Inca pop up around the time the Moors popped up over here?
The Inca war with the Moors, bro.
Nah, they are the Moors.
No, you're stupid, bro. Shut up. Hey, go ahead and pull
That's
that
what
up
it's
real
looking
quick
like.
and go to the images, sis.
That's what it's looking
Okay, go
like.
to
Hey,
the
You
hey
know,
man,
we
images.
you
was at
just
the
Okay,
hey
party.
let me
you
go
hey
back.
hey hey D, just press mute and let us go in on this information because you're
Images.
distorting the
Okay.
vibe right now, bro.
Inca.
So right now we finna pull up the Inca
Ooh.
Kings list, and the Inca
Look
Kings
at
list.
these pics.
It's gonna show you some copper colored indigenous Americans that were rulers and helped create the Roman Empire, which consisted of the Mayan, the Olmec, the Choquequirot, the Inca, the English, the French. Well, I'm gonna say the word correct: the Anglo, the Frank, and the Brutes, and also the
Computer.
Brazilians. So now we're finna look at who the Roman rulers was, and that was the information behind the whole Roman story. So that's why we don't hear people talking about I'm Roman because they don't know that they erased Roman from out of in front of us totally by replacing us with this movie called Face Off type shit. That's what they did in reality to the mental.
Mm.
Okay, so now, sis, go over there to that little picture right there with five of them on it.
Okay. This hold on. This one right here.
I think so. It's like right now, yeah, that one. Can you pull that up?
Let's see. It's trying to expand, I believe. Let's see. Oh, let me click on it. See what's going on. I don't know why it's not just going right on it. Doo, doo. Let me see. Let me try this. Try it again. Yeah, it's not letting me expand. Let me see if it. Da, 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 da.
I was gonna say, hey, go back up, sis. You had another picture that might be easier. No, no, go up one more time. Damn. Yeah, there it goes, right there. The one at the top in the middle. Try that one. No, no, in the middle. That
This one.
the one the one to the far right.
This.
No, no, no. Go back up, sis. One right above that.
Remember, I'm probably a little on a delay. This one.
Yeah, you went to everyone but that one.
Okay, okay. All right. So let's visit the picture because I'm not able to get it big. Hold on a second. It's not expanding for some reason. There we go. All right. You see it?
Yep. And I was going to, well, if you was able to make it big enough or make it into one picture on the screen, you'll be able to read what it says about this picture right here. This is a
It's
real
not
old
one
picture
picture
in the
yet. Oh,
museum.
it's coming. My screen behind, bro. It's coming. It is on one picture. It's just not showing yet. Give it a second.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
everything delayed a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna break down. You know what I'm saying? All the kings and everything, and come 1809 is when really the Inca and the Roman rule decided to render the crowns because at one point when you looking at what you got to do, you got to face the consequences. You know what I'm saying? Like we only sowing what our ancestors reaped. So our oppression is coming from what they have reaped. They went and built up a lot of shit, conquered a lot of shit, ruled a
Oh,
lot
let's
of
do
shit.
this. I gotta share it here.
Then now we going through the oppression by motherfucking Paleface and all them motherfuckers. They remember all of that shit.
There it is.
Okay. Can you read that, sis, for the chat room?
Yep. Yes, it says a panel from the painting in the Larca Museum in Lima, Peru, depicting the Inca emperors. This panel shows the last seven Inca emperors and the subsequent first European emperor of the Inca, Holy Roman Empire, Charles V, Carlos Quinto, as the 15th Inca emperor. The painting can be dated circa 1800 because the last two entries are Carlos Tercero, Charles III, as the 24th Inca emperor, and his son Charles Corta, Charles IV, House of Bourbon, as the 25th Inca emperor. Charles IV reigned as King of Spain from December the 14th, 1788 to March the 19th. That's my baby birthday. 1808. Indicted in favor of his son Fernand the Seventh.
So now there you have it. The Inca
Interesting.
Empire created the Rome, the whole Roman Empire. They also named West Germany Europa, and it turned into European, but it was Europa, and that was named after an old Queen Europa, and she was a
Right.
descendant of the Incan. She was mixed with Inca and Egyptian or Gypsy blood, as they would say. And most people don't know that the word Gypsy is a female Egyptian, but just saying, you know what I'm saying?
He said we were rich nerds and didn't do enough to prepare for war. Sounds right to me.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Like that's why I look at it like even my ancestors going back into the 18 and
Yep.
1900s and before then, they all had businesses on their own farms, had their own, servants and all of that shit. And a lot of the indentured servants were their own kids. See, what we don't realize is a lot of the wordplay that they use when it came into this law game of them making it modern law, they changed it from common law. Common law was your identity was your papers. If you didn't have papers, you were considered pretty much free chattel, or like they would call it free cattle. So if you found a cow just wandering down the street, what you gonna do? Grab a motherfucker, take him home. So when they had back in the time of sheriffs and marshals before the policy agents they call police, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers had papers. You just wouldn't be out traveling without papers or some type of, identification or connection to somebody's important or you having yourself being identified, being, able to be traveled because like they say, a lot of runaway, they call it runaway slaves. Those are runaway servitudes or servants, and they might have been from a farm. They might have came here foreign. So the other day, sis, when I had you pull up those records and everything, I was showing you, and you seen that the inmates were those are a lot of my family, the inmates, and they call it house arrest today or tether. You put that tether on a motherfucker, they can only go to work, come home, and have to be in the house for the rest of the day. That shit goes way back. We also found that even like child support methods was used way back thousands of years ago. But we just forgot all of this shit and by them replacing us and putting themselves in the shoes of the motherfuckers that
Yep.
had all of this knowledge. guess what? We feel dumb because these motherfuckers are telling us the shit that is really us telling them what they telling our story to us. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
Let me see. I am looking up the impact of the federal prosecution of. Oh, I got to say this. Okay, this is the wrong one. Hold
Hey,
on. Let me get out of here.
hey,
Yes.
there's more kings list than that one too.
Oh
So,
hell yeah. It's a whole bunch
so
of kings list. It's
no,
hey,
I'm saying
Right.
of
I
the, I'm
seen
talking
it.
about of the same supposed kings. They just make them, in that image they darker, but in the other ones they're not that dark.
yeah, they white them out.
But I'm
Um
and it's
I
ancient though. It's ancient.
well
This ain't written in English.
I was gonna say that also I found a lot of the Mayan kings list and the family down to as they call them Quetzalcoatl and all of that. I found a lot of that information too. But since I just sent you another lineup of some whole bunch of more uh, uh like artifact and structure and carving and shit. I wanted people to see
Okay.
the ones that's in there. That's the list that got the Calafia in it. You know what I'm saying? Carving and showing her. I told Empress Hober she looked like her. You know, she looked like Calafia.
Mm.
Hmm.
Okay, let me go to it. Let's see. Backing out of here. Yeah, I thought they went live, but she must change her mind. I was checking. Okay, I don't see it yet, bro. Hold on a second. This thing delayed, so maybe that. Okay, there it goes. There we go.
Hey, is this what they mean by Indian giver? Because like I say, we've been over here more as Moors,
I'm not
hundreds of
saying y'all
years.
not
Y'all
y'all haven't
haven't
been
been
over here.
over here though, bro.
Yeah, why we not?
No, no,
We
no, sis.
we
I
weren't here
understand what
hundreds of
you're
years
saying.
before Columbus.
Yeah, I would say y'all was coming in and out of America.
Now I'm
I
asking
can't
the
argue
sisters
that.
too. I want the
Listen,
sisters to the answer.
So
Cause,
you're
cause
saying
she,
you're saying that they started here, or you don't think that the Moors came over here, brother?
no, you trying to say the cracker brought us on a slave ship?
no, 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 no. We
No,
wasn't
I'm
saying that.
saying y'all
We were
came
saying
with
that.
No,
them
no,
and
no,
was
no,
fighting.
no.
That's
Oh,
what I say.
No,
that's what it
no,
is. Okay, okay.
no,
That's the
no,
confusion, bro. That's
no.
the
No, I'm
confusion.
not saying that.
Bro, I know what
Yeah.
y'all really, bro. Y'all trying to say we brought them on our ships, and goddamn it, that started slavery. What I'm saying
No,
is,
no. Listen. What we were saying is that you guys were running white cargo and we were buying it, bro.
Hmm.
See,
We
and
just
that's what I'm
read
trying to
it,
get you
bro.
to see. It's actually books about this shit, even called white cargo and all of this shit. White slaves, all of the white
bro,
Slovakian
I know all about
cargo.
that.
Yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It's a ton of books about that. Look, they tell the truth about the shit.
Cause the
Yes.
whole world,
It's
bro, that's been
facts.
going on way before Columbus.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
We
no,
were
no, no,
just
no, no.
reading
Hold on,
that,
hold on.
brother.
Yeah, yes.
But
The
hold on,
No,
crackers
no,
no,
just
hold on,
listen.
hold
didn't
on,
know
hold on, hold on,
where we
hold
was
on, hold
going.
on, hold 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 on. And
Right.
I
You
gotta do
gotta
a whole
think
bunch of
about what
stuff
you're
just to
saying.
get the attention. Okay, what I'm saying is, brother, you before he even came up here, D, me and you were just reading that. It was saying specifically they were doing that. They were bringing the
What?
white women over here from these different lands, trading them. They was
Look,
using them
that
up. They
was
had
from
to do a whole.
See all that.
1890. You read stuff from
Exactly. That was
1885 to
way.
1914. You was doing something from not just over 100 years ago. You were just reading something from that.
See, that's
You
that's that's why you think I'm being rude by letting him just
Christopher Columbus
talk over you.
story and
But
time was
every
wrong,
time I'm
bro. That's
talking,
what
you
I'm trying
keep
to say.
talking over me. You not let me say nothing. But you want me to try to make another man respect another man, but you won't even respect me, brother. See, this is why I just don't understand what be going on with y'all guys. Y'all don't. I, I don't understand what makes sense to y'all, but it doesn't make sense to me. Seriously, and I'm not being funny. Like 3 times you kept doing it. You was doing it during my radio show. You did it after. I kept asking you kind of, you cut me off. I know you're trying to interject, but you
I,
not if I'm in mid thought, brother. And then when I'm saying something,
please
you
pick it
just
back up.
going right in.
Please,
I hadn't even
please
finished my
pick it back
sentence.
up. If I can help you remember again, I'm gonna help you remember again, sister.
I don't need you to help me remember. I just
Are
need you to
you?
allow me to.
If you
I
do,
just
I'm
need
here.
no, no,
You do.
no. I'm telling you something I don't need, and you still telling me don't do that. How can you tell me what I need? You don't know me
I
like
say
that. You
if
don't
you
know me
do.
as a woman.
I
Yes.
say
So
if
let
you
me
do.
do.
I got you.
Let me finish my thought, brother. And you don't have to have me for anything because I got myself. I'm good. Trust me.
So
I'm
I
on the
ain't had to help
home.
you last time, is what you think? That was dumb. I
Right.
don't get.
Had you not interrupted me, I wouldn't have gotten stunned, brother. Correct. I would have had it all and finished and completed it. So if you, but you were interrupting me, that's what kept throwing my thought off, and that's why I kept saying, please don't do that. But you're still doing it because you want to, say what you want to say. But that's fine. That's the same way with the brother. And then you're like, oh, sister, so you're letting him do this,
Come
but
on,
I
that
let
that
you.
that ain't knowledge. Give me some knowledge, please. I'm waiting.
That is knowledge, brother. The
I don't
knowledge is
need that
that you
shit.
not. Okay, goodbye. Have a good night. The fuck? The hell
That's
wrong with these
crazy,
ignorant ass
man.
niggas? See, this the
That's
type of
crazy,
the
man.
disrespect. But seriously, no. Let me say this real quick. So basically, he was upset because you were interrupting him. You were, bro. You was going there because he kept saying stuff that was aggravating you, and I can understand that. But the reason I didn't interfere was because every time I was talking, he kept doing that to me. But he wants me. Oh, sister, so gonna let you say how I'm gonna make a grown man do anything right now? I could have said, oh, Zoe, kick you off my path. When I'm gonna do that? You're not even showing the respect. You want me to make this man give you a respect that you're not even giving me. But that's not knowledge. See, what
On
makes
some
sense to
real
some
shit.
don't make sense to everybody. So I ain't gonna worry about it. But anyway, yeah, go ahead, brother. What you was
That's what I
saying?
was gonna say, sis, man. Like that's why I turn alpha when that shit happens, man. That's unnecessary. Like like earlier today, I had to dive in on the cat trying to cut one of the sisters off. Was talking about she's from Africa and saying her lineage. I had to dive at her because I do not play that. Like, and then to constantly like we just had a build about this earlier. Why do we be over here talking about indigenous America shit? Then all of these motherfuckers that want to come in from other communities, why y'all come over here to try to share y'all information? We don't want y'all shit. We don't want to know nothing about Moors, the Spanish conquistadors, none of that
Now what?
shit. We
Look at
focused on
this one.
shit like this.
See here, he one of them. He another one. This
Yeah,
one, this red squid. Why are you over here, red squid? I came in your chat earlier
exactly.
to support your channel, bro. I was in there. You didn't even acknowledge me or say, "Hey, sister soul." You skipped like right over me, ignored me, just like you did before. And I brought it to your attention before. And you was like, "Oh, I didn't see you when I had you sitting in the back and all this nonsense." That's the type of stuff I don't play, sweetheart. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm a grown woman. I don't play games with nobody. No kids, especially no grown ass man. I don't play with no grown ass man at all. So for you to come be putting in my chat, dang, the disrespect you was talking about in the last bill you did. What disrespect? I haven't disrespected anyone. And if you find that disrespect that someone's disrespecting me when I feel that they shouldn't be, and I've asked them 2 times, don't do something, they keep doing it, and you don't understand that goes to show your disrespect because you don't have manners as it is. We already know how you get down. So for you to come over here trying to check me in my chat, take your ass over there. Don't come with that because you already know. I already know you a traitor. Y'all fake as hell. Y'all be with these fake people talking about me because y'all be on this weird stuff because of whatever issues y'all got. But listen, take that over there, honey. Keep it with y'all little group, and I'll stay away from y'all. Y'all leave me alone because I don't bother nobody. Even the ones that be trying to bother me because they want to try to be like me, mimic me, do everything I do, follow behind me, damn near walking in my footsteps and shit. I don't even
That
bother them, and they still bothering me. So what I suggest you
fact.
do, if you don't like what's going on over here, keep it moving. I done stated that more than once on my platform. I don't do the games. I ain't begging nobody to be over here listening to shit I got to say or nobody else that's up here. And that's just
Fact.
pure period.
So now, sis, we on to this
Yeah.
picture right here. This motherfucking picture is so outstanding. And see,
Yes, it
I want
is
you to pull it. I
beautiful.
want you to pull it up, right? And because,
Okay, let me
like,
see.
if people really look at this picture, they'll see what technology is.
Right. Like this, it's like how somebody even carve all this out. Okay.
And now move it to one side.
Can I wait? I gotta zoom out and then zoom in on that part, like right here, maybe over here.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So you can see the little dragons in there. Look, you see the dragons, they little
What?
faces all through here.
What? That's
Beautiful.
that real shit.
And it's going all
Got
around
the
that part. They just left it. They probably won't ever destroy this until they want to get rid of the
dope.
last part of some piece of history.
Yep, they holding on to it. That shit is so ancient. And when you go to them other pictures, ooh, you got some Thundercat pictures in this list. We trying to tell people, man, we ain't got to debate no Africans and no Moors. We are the people from America, indigenous here. That mother mound we gonna build. We're gonna have a whole build on that. I want you to read
Oh, let
about
me
that.
drop
You know
that
what I'm
just
saying?
in
That's why I
case.
sent it to you. And that's
Which
the
one,
mother
bro?
mound of the mother mound. That's not in this list. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
that's another
Got
build.
you,
You
bro.
know, that's the mama mound. You know what I'm saying? That's in all of the Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw. You know what I'm saying? All of the
Mm.
Indians and indigenous people. That's in they creation stories. Yeah. So
Yeah, this one
what?
looks even that one this look older than the other one, right? You
Oh,
could
it
tell by
is.
the wornness of it, right?
Yep. What? Super build, super architect.
Beautiful.
And you know how like these Scottish Rite Masons and these Scottish Rite
Hmm.
Freemasons, they use the checkerboard and all of that. They stole that from here
Yeah.
too. Look at this stuff right here.
Oh, that's what I should have had ready. I'm gonna do that on the next one. The one with these all these different aboriginals and then they got the chief. He's sitting on his big old throne, and behind him he got the quilt or whatever, right? And it's got all these big old skull and bones on it. I'm like, this where they got it from. If I wouldn't have seen that picture, I would have thought
Uh-huh.
they made up skull
Oh
and
yeah,
bones
yeah,
for the
yeah, yeah.
Mason stuff.
The quilt, the chief quilt
Yep.
had the skulls and bones. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. I seen that. I
Yes,
got
bro. That's
you. I got this.
fire. I'm like, wow.
I'm telling you, man, the Chickamauga flag and all of that was the representation of that skull and bones too. Now
Oh, let me drop the link just in case somebody want to come
this
up.
is a temple right here. Excuse me.
Bless you, bro.
Thank you. And this right
Willie
here
said he
is,
need that list, bro.
hey, Willie Lilly. What's up, brother? Hey, I'm gonna tell you, man. Start digging into the Mayan empires, and once you start looking with the empire with an S on it, empires, you'll find all of the kings, bro. Most of the time, we don't be thinking of just the word to look up right, and if we sometimes put the right letter on the words we looking up, it'll send you right there. But look up the Mayan empires kings, and then it'll start. Man, it's a lot of them, and it was so many empires in North, Central, and South America recorded. But this right
Wow.
here, this is down in the Mexicana. This is before you get to Peru. And like I was telling you, how they had the carving schools, the stone cutting schools,
Yes.
the levels look like levels of grading, levels of what they would call grading when you're you know what I'm saying, when you're doing your lawn. What are you doing? You're grading your lawn when you're, see what I'm saying? So
Right,
like
right.
a land surveyor
The
comes to grade
texture.
the territory. Yep. And so what they were doing
Mm-hmm.
was cutting into sandstone coming down, and you know, I guess it was a practice of being able to do it. You know, if you could pull that picture up, you could see how the lines, some of them all crooked, you know, because of them learning the
Right.
stuff. But this right here is not even dated.
Dang. Yeah, that's old because it's worn. You could tell how worn it is. Look at it.
Yep. The corners are turning around and stuff. Yep.
Yeah. It's
Like
very worn. So yeah,
that's a
that's
big old
real old.
temple.
A
Look.
huge one.
Yep. People don't talk about this one. Talking about
Ooh, look at
pyramids.
that.
Now, the Most High blowing breath into the creation.
That's
Ancient
beautiful.
carving. Yep. Then you go to the next one. It's gonna start getting
Mm.
juicy. Ah,
Look at that.
you see that? Pull that face up real quick.
Ooh,
That
this
face gonna look
beautiful
like
right here
something off
too.
of Transformers,
Right, it do.
or off of yeah, or off of. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
What?
That looked like that was a giant.
That was a giant. He was.
He
Oh,
was a
hold on,
giant
go
then.
down to that little circle right there. You see the alien inside of it? I mean, the lady
The
inside of that right there.
yes, right here. You talking about right?
Yep, lady onto the left corner.
Right. Beautiful.
Now we finna go into some deeper ones. And that's a water fountain that's still running. You can see the water coming down it.
A
still
natural
running.
spring.
Yep,
And
a
it's probably
natural
fit. You
spring.
know what? And the thing about that, like when they have things like that, bro, right? I'm gonna say this and tell me what you think about this. I know, like when it comes to like the ley lines and the energy and the frequencies and things, right? When it comes to where they build a lot of these temples, obviously it's for the certain points and what they're going to get from that atmosphere and that frequency where they're building at. When they do a lot of these where they have like these little fountains and things, right? It's like
Right.
the equinox and certain things that are going on will hit that where that water is coming in and it give it a certain energy or something. So when they be talking
What
about
it
like the
is,
fountains of youth and all that old type of
you
stuff,
know what it
yeah.
is? It's lately, like in the last 3 years, I've been learning a lot of plumbing, right? And so I want to get to the aqueduct level of plumbing, right? I realized they designed so unique. That's why I asked dude where the zero come from. How do every pipe look? Every water comes through what? A zero. So when you're looking at the aqueduct, they cut a zero in half. Then you look at running tunnels to feed a system like this, that's a zero. But it's also designed by mathematics and pressure. So water coming down, filling up to a certain extent, that water will build its own pressure by oxygen still being in that area. And the water will create a pressure that will feed. So I wouldn't doubt that water is going right back to where it started.
And it's absorbing whatever that stone is. You know, stones have natural minerals in them as well.
You know, I was going to say stone, lava rock, and all that cleans water.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it cleans
Yep.
water. It
So that
purifies.
I would think that would be the depiction of the like I said, living waters. Those are living waters. It has to be living water. Let me say that too, so people
Yeah,
know if like when you're drinking water and stuff, guys, it's not you're not getting anything sufficient from that water if it's not living water. Literally, like natural enzymes and minerals
hmm
and ions and things in them. So when you have a spring like that, a natural spring, these type of waters, they're gonna have those minerals and energy and things in them. So that would be like living water. If you're if you live somewhere where there's like a natural spring, where sometimes people can get like well water, stuff like that, those
right,
are places that have living water because it's
right.
actually libation. Go ahead, brother. You want to say something about these are like out. Let me do one at a time. Hold on.
Hey, remember we had covered the
And this was a
Batman
fountain.
god.
Look, here go another fountain. The water not there no more.
I'm trying to
You
tell
hear
you.
me, bro?
Remember I
This was a
said
fountain.
I know. I was finna get on that. I was finna say you see where I was going with this. Look, remember we covered earlier the Batman god. Oh, forget that fountain part. That's gonna come after
Yes.
this bill on what we finna do with these pictures, right? Go to that man face. Now
Okay.
he got his Batman mask on right now, and you can see how the thing came down as a nose for his. You know what I'm saying? Like the Batman actually got that little pointed nose on his mask, right? Bam. Ain't that the exact same
Right.
Batman mask they wear today? Bam, right? So
Yeah.
then go over
Oh,
here,
it
go over
sure
here to,
is. That's crazy. I didn't even notice that.
repeat this though. Go over here to your right and look at the Empress, the goddess.
Okay, let me go over there. I gotta zoom out there. Zoom. Man, that is beautiful. Yes, girl. Yes. Look at her. This is too much. I love this.
See, this is ancient shit that's being hidden from us from knowing that it's there. You know what I'm saying? Got the flowers on her motherfucking head and shit. Like,
Beautiful,
but,
right?
but at the same time, look, she got some type of war bonnet on with the flowers in the front of her shit. Then she got
Right.
the
You can
earrings
see
with
the
her
bonnet.
face in the earrings. Come on now.
Mm, beautiful.
Ancient shit. Ancient shit.
And then look here, and then look, you see, y'all see the checkerboard floor too. We talked about this, I think, before. I don't know if that was
Yep.
me and you, though. Okay,
Yeah,
yep.
we
See
just
the
brought it up,
checkerboard
remember? Yeah, the Freemasons,
the
they be
other day,
using that
right?
shit
Okay, I
claiming it.
know it's recent. Yep.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. The checkerboard floor, that's indigenous shit. Calafia.
There she go.
Pull that up.
Look just like the picture. Well, no, look better
Pull
than the
that up.
picture. Actually, the carbon. Mm. Look at that hair. Look at that. Look at that hair. Them braids.
Look at that. And peep though, those are dreads braided. And if you put it
Yep,
closer, you
dreads
can see that
braided.
they're actually they're long ass dreads braided into two ponytails. And then
Yep.
they show the muscles defined, like she
Yep.
was in shape. She had the corn around her neck
Strong.
for healing. Yep.
Mm.
Don't that look just like Copper Empress?
Right. That is nice. I
Rawr.
was trying to zoom in again to see what was I trying to see if it was.
Oh,
I wonder if this
them
was a
braids.
no. This almost looked like it could have been something that made a fountain. It probably was a little water fountain over here, like in these crevices. For some reason, it seemed like this would have been a fountain or something. I wonder.
Peep this though. All of these are inside of like a cave. So remember I was saying as far as like a school and like a trade and skill center for the people.
Yeah.
That right there is over 50, 80 foot tall.
Mm.
Look at the mountain. Look at the top of the mountain. Look how little it look.
Right.
That's humongous.
That is beautiful too. That a
Defined,
cougar
teeth
or a
out.
panther?
That's the panther.
Oh, that's a panther. Okay, that's why I'm like, is a panther or a cougar? Mm.
That's the panther. Strongest
That
bite
thing
out of
been there
all
forever.
cats out there.
Look at it. Look how the how it's like fading and stuff. That's been there
Hmm.
forever.
That
Just
been
like
there
him.
for now. This is my
Ooh.
boy right here. You know what I'm saying? This is Apukanak. Apukanak. This is one of the Mayan kings right here. Look
Look
at
at
his
that
dreads. He
face.
got the free falls. Look, he got the free falls too. Ooh. Look at them fingers. You see the detail? They killed this, but you could tell they try to destroy it because the face looked like it's battered, like they try to shoot it with they little one shot pellet guns and shit.
Mm-mm-mm.
But that's solid stone. And as you can see, that right there is also about 180 foot tall. That's a huge ass
Yeah, that's
mirror on the side of a
huge.
mountain. It's huge. You can pull it up closer and look at his earrings. Like you see how his chest is defined, muscular and shit. Like then he got an ivory earring on, like a what they call those
Mm-hmm.
uh bamboo earring.
Damn, I see faces in these rocks and the stones. This look like a face over here. Look like some kind of animal right here. This look crazy.
But see how dope it look? Like he just peeling it open, like he climbing out of the mountain.
That's what I'm thinking. Like it just looked like
Yeah,
showing a depiction of like the real people. This was before we got minimized and small.
minimized. Yep, yep.
Yep, it's crazy.
Then yeah, you should have a couple more in there.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop sharing. What's up,
I
Squid?
mean, we
Trying to get
can
this
shit. You
Squid
ain't
together.
even.
What you want?
I was gonna say you ain't even gotta go back, man. It's so much.
Right.
Like the Hispanics say, too much, too much.
So
I
what's up,
wasn't crying.
Sister Soul, man? Once again, I don't know what you talking about.
You always talking about you ain't see me. You know what? That's all right. That's all right though. This the second time. This the second time. Third strike. It's a wrap. That's all I'm gonna say to you. I ain't gonna play with nobody. That's all I'm saying.
You
I done had people
listen.
listen. No,
You
listen to
you
me
say
real quick.
one thing in the chat.
Listen. It don't matter. Say what's up,
It
sis. What's
don't
up?
matter.
Like I do you or anybody else. Even if I'm talking or something, I'm highlighting, letting you know I see you. Come on, don't do me like that. I always acknowledge everybody, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You went
listen.
right past me.
Uh,
You went right past me, and whoever said something up under me, you shouted them out. What's
for
up? Like what's
real.
up to you? Yeah, for real. That's why it brought my attention. I'm
Well,
like,
yeah,
oh
I would
word.
feel type
I
of
just
way
left your
too.
chat after that, so it ain't no problem. And all I know is
Nah,
that it's too much.
listen,
Listen, brother.
listen.
No.
You putting me on. I don't know.
Red
I ain't
Squid,
see none of
listen,
that.
it don't matter about who cut who off right now because see you coming up here and I almost ain't let you up. So let me just get this out. What I'm saying to you is that I don't like the fake stuff, brother. It's too much weird stuff I ain't gonna even get into right now. People playing games and this and that for attention or nothing. Not saying you're doing that, but it's too much stuff going on. I done had people being blocked in my chat by people I had as moderators. I done had to unmoderate some of my moderators because I don't even know what's going on because I see different stuff going on. So I'm just telling you, I don't deal with weird energy. I don't like nothing having my senses on alert where it's like, watch your back. You got to look at this, turn around the corner and peek. I don't do that, brother, because I don't have problems with people. I don't have issues with people. I don't start shit with people. If I do have a problem, I try to clear it up. If they don't want to clear it up, that's them. They can deal with that goofy shit if they want to. I just don't like it. I don't like nothing negative around me. So I'm just trying to leave it and just be done. And then when I feel some weird energy, whether it's that or not, if I'm feeling it, you know, it's going to draw my attention. And like I
So
said,
you won't block me.
I didn't. How I block you when you up here? What are you talking about? I'm blocking
In the chat, I'm blocking in the chat though.
You not blocked in my chat, bro. Unless somebody just blocked you. I mean, you just was commenting in my chat. How you blocked?
Oh, I thought I was blocked, yo, for real. I'm like, damn, why you go to such extreme? I don't even know what you're talking about. Yo, I didn't see you. I would have shot you out if I saw you, and I can't say that. I know I didn't see
It was
you.
more. It made me feel like, oh, I'll just ignore her, like you did the last
Why
time.
would
That's
I?
all I'm
Why
saying,
would I
bro.
do that? Why? I don't got beef with nobody.
I don't know. That's all.
Don't be paranoid about me because
Listen, I don't know people playing games like they in high school and middle school around here because they need searching for attention and shit, bro. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about because I ain't trying to go there. No, Red Squid. I'm just saying I'm not in the mood, brother, for real. I don't even want to talk about no more. Let's keep building on what we was building on. I just want to say this real quick. I'm tired of people. I don't have time for people playing games. I'm a grown ass woman. Any person that's grown and they want to do that shit, they can do it on their damn own. If I'm feeling some negative shit, I'm gonna bypass it, period. Whether it is negative or not. If I'm feeling like that, bro, I gotta leave that shit alone because I don't need it in my space. If you can't respect that, I don't know what to tell you.
That's how you feel about me, like one
That's how I feel about anybody that don't mean shit to me when I'm about this business of spreading knowledge and shit, bro. We cool, but I listen, this is more important to me. And I can't have nobody interrupt my space. And that's what's going on. And it's happening with too many people. People are doing it, you know, because they seeking and searching and thirsty for shit. And I don't need the shit like that. Anybody that's with that shit can go. That's all I'm saying, bro. If you don't feel me, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, if I see you in the chat, I'm going to shout you out there.
Yeah, do that.
And, you know, I don't be all that negative shit for real.
I don't either, bro. And I try to keep it straight and official. Because that's me. I'm straight and I'm official. Whether who know it or not. And that's what I do. I represent myself like that. I'm a professional. I represent my brand like that. I represent myself as a woman like that. My professional brand, I don't play with, and people playing with it right now. And that's the type of shit I ain't going to do. Okay. So what I'm saying is that I don't want no types of bullshit around me.
Right.
So what I'm saying is that anything that's weird, bro, I want to push it to the side and be done with it.
Let's not get no crossfires, no friendly fire going on. Like if I ain't do nothing wrong to you, then you know you shouldn't be calling me out like I did something wrong to you.
I'm not calling you out. I'm telling you what you did to me. What made me be in my feelings, bro. Don't tell me what I shouldn't have did. You shouldn't have made me be in my feelings then. Shit. You shouldn't have ignored me in your fucking chat, nigga. You shouldn't have ignored me and left me in the back the last time I was up there. And when I checked you on the shit, you said you didn't do it. It wasn't on purpose. And I said, okay, cool. I still came back in your chat today and you ignore me. So whether you understand what I'm saying or not, I don't care.
On my own channel. I can't smoke weed on my own channel. And I gotta be on point. I'm already trying to talk about some shit and be on point about that. Sometimes I'm just not all in together and see the chat the way I
hear you, bro. For the second time, if you did not mean it, and I just felt the way, and I was being sensitive, that's fine. But let's just let it happen again because I don't do that. I don't like people playing with me. And that is just that simple, bro. I really don't. And I'm not going to do it with nobody. So if I feel a way, I just need to leave that alone because I don't have to do it. Even if I'm wrong. Like I said, that don't mean I'm right because I felt like that.
As long as I was able to talk with you about it. You feel me? So
all right. You came to me. You approached me. We were able to discuss it. So from this point right now, we good.
Let you feel no type of way like that and get away with it. Like you ain't going to feel negative. Not if I got something to do with it. So just be cool, and you know what I mean? Shout out to you, man. You know, it's all good. It's just a misunderstanding, for real.
All
I
right,
would
bro.
not ignore you, and I would not talk no shit about you. None of that, yo, for real.
I appreciate that, bro. Thank
You
you.
know
That's
it's all
that's
love. So
enough
yeah,
respect for you to say that to consider my feelings since I brought it to your attention. So thank you. I
right,
appreciate that, and that's all I'm saying. I'm just not in the mood, bro. I mean, seriously, and
right. And you got the right. You got the
I
right, and I
just
respect that right. So you have a great night, yo. And shout out to your panel and your chat and your show, yeah. Word.
appreciate you, bro. You already know.
All right.
But yeah. Epics, what happened to you, bro? I ain't heard from you since you went to the store. Shit, you okay, bro? You ain't get nothing happen to you, nothing like that. You good?
No, no, I'm good. It's just my bad. I just got finished eating dinner and everything. Me and my
Oh
wife and
Lord.
some other people, we were sitting here looking at the presentation and stuff while we were
Okay.
having dinner. So yeah, we saw and heard everything though.
Okay. Oh, I apologize. The family listening, like, look, is she going, wow, this what you be listening to, boo?
No, it's all good.
Sis,
It's
I
all
ain't
good.
bad. I ain't bad, no. But yeah. Just I just and to the brother, if I sounded angry, y'all got to excuse me. I got so much with myself that I personal stuff go period, and I still try to be my best positive self to bring forward what I can to anybody with sharing, making sure they get anything that come. This, I thought this Caucasian thing was really big to me, this cost stuff. So I was really into this build, so I really wanted this information out about this white stuff because people don't be getting it, and it's kind of confusing. It's like, okay, if you see certain things, you're gonna at least click a little bit in your mind. So that's what my focus be most of the time, just trying to make sure I'm doing my due diligence to help people mentally escape escape slavery, because that's what's going on, a mental slavery. So I just I'm trying to stay at my peace, and trying to bring positive loving energy, guys. So if y'all hear anything negative from me, just keep in mind I do have a lot of personal stuff going on, but I'm still doing the best I can right now, and I don't need no extra stuff. So that's pretty much it. So y'all, that's that. So yeah, that's about it. But yeah, it's been a pretty good build, bro. Before we get out of here, though, you had anything else you want to tackle or talk on real quick, bro, for I end this? Because yeah, it's a lot right now.
Well,
So
I want to say, man, peace to the guys and goddess. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to get into another build about Nanny Waya, the mother mound. I want you to look into that, man, and have some info too. You know what I'm saying? And it's deep. You know what I'm saying? So when people be looking for this info, man, this info it goes so. That's why I don't say a rabbit hole. I say an upside down tree, because we digging through the roots. You know what I'm saying? We going through all of the roots and we just pulling it out. So
Yes.
out to the chat room. You know what I'm saying? We need to also, man, be protecting each other. That's why every time, I felt like somebody was disrespecting you on the level, I'm gonna snap off on them, because that's what we got to start doing. You know what I mean?
Right. Understandable, bro. You ain't lying.
hey, DD Alexander a trip.
Right. He was like, let me be quiet for right now.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny right there.
Yes,
But I
yes,
wanted to say,
yes.
man, well, at least I speak for everybody over here that, like I said, we watched that presentation when you showed all the pictures and bro, how you went in explaining everything. Like there was children over here watching it, bro. You know what I'm saying? They very much appreciate that. That was new to them. You know what I'm saying? And not only just with the breakdown of what we just seen tonight, bro, but I'm also doing my own studies. And when
Yeah,
I learn things, I also make sure I pass it along to those children.
that's
So
right.
so to be here tonight, seeing this and hearing this, you know what I mean, with this presentation, that was 100. You know what I mean? My wife as well, she really appreciated it too, because we both were sitting, we were eating dinner and watching that presentation while we sat at the table, and that was pretty cool
Beautiful.
right there, man. That was 100 right there, for real. So I
Appreciate you,
appreciate you,
bro.
man. Peace to the chat, peace to the panel, and peace, love, and fish grease to you too, sister. Soul man.
Appreciate you, bro. You already know. Thanks so much. Peace
Yes, you're
into your
welcome.
family. Have a good evening, okay?
You too, and thank you.
All right, brother.
Peace.
Zo, my boy. Thanks, brother. You know I appreciate you as usual. Always coming with
Man,
some
you already
fire.
know how much
Always got
energy
my
here,
back with the
man.
info. Yeah, yeah, all that.
Man, we got to keep this info getting out, man. The more we share, the more everybody will know. We didn't come on no damn boats. We motherfucker goddamn was buying the people on the boats. But yeah, we got to keep going. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. We ain't gonna stop. Can't nothing stop us. We
Hell
got
no.
that everlasting energy. Don't nothing stop it. It's always moving, always shaking. Better know it.
Right.
Yes, bro. Much love. You already know. Peace and blessings. Maybe I'll play one good track before we get up out of here.
And I was gonna play. I was gonna say you got to play some goddamn Trey Ali or some shit.
Trey
Some
Ali.
bread.
Okay, let's do Trey real quick. Go to our boy.
That indigenous music.
Yes, get a nice little vibe before we up out of here, people. My family, I love you guys. I love my freaking chat. Y'all already know y'all is everything. Wasn't for y'all, we couldn't even do this. The encouragement, y'all be bringing the info too. It's not like we're up here, y'all be in there giving us some feedback. Y'all always keeping us on point. You know, got a word or two as well. So yeah, we like that. I know I do. I appreciate it. It's great. All right, let's see. Let's get to Trey. Play a little quick one real quick. All right, guys. So much. I thank y'all so much for coming through. Appreciate y'all. We love you so much for your energy, your consistency, and y'all at least sticking in here with me. The ones that know me or at least feel my energy, y'all here for the info and not the nonsense, and that's what I appreciate and love about y'all, because y'all the realest, and that's what it is. So all right, y'all, we're gonna be out after this. Any last words, bro? Because I'm gonna just end it after the song.
Peace, man. Love you all, man. We got to stay going up higher. Let's lift them frequencies up. Until next time.
Till next time, y'all. Peace, and we out after this. Peace, blessings, and loving.
Yeah, rhyme so dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go of them townhomes. What's a native to a native? Eat $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah, God's children. Give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's you with God or Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English potted on our homes. Tribal families turned on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we nothing's turned to somethings. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. Say you wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. You stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the sauce. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master, who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured. About how we should wait on God is never our vernacular. They get paid and praised by the dollar long as they keeping us stagnant. And niggas think they woke, huh? Like you could change a whole world through a vote, huh? Like slave masters willing to let. I ain't even tell half the shit.
What happened?
Like I ain't even tell a quarter of the shit. I'm just getting started. Y'all niggas rap about busting guns and all this weird shit.
That weird shit.
I'm trying to get my people back, nigga.
Yes. I gotta play one more. Gotta play one more for my chat. Peace, people. Y'all have some good, pleasant dreams. Relax.
Infamous Trey Ali.
Enjoy your travels tonight.
Paper on paper. Ain't no genocide, we was killed on paper. Buried us alive in the products of the paper. They know who we are, so they hate us cause they ain't us. I said paper on paper on paper. Ain't no genocide, we was killed on paper. Buried us alive in the products of the paper. They know who we are, so they hate us cause they ain't us. I said gotta never die, never left us. Even though they took your home, still behind you like a catcher. Life is like a doctor, everybody want their checkup. Money, heaping preacher charge for a confession. See, ain't nobody focused on the bullshit that they told us. Always trying to pin you sick when ain't nobody came before us. We the best part of waking up before the Folgers. That's why they want your backs against the wall like a poster. Indoctrination being sold as education. Most of history they taught you came from some imagination. Roots was never true, fuck the whole compilation. Fuck Walter Plecker, fuck Alex Haley. America is Egypt, Israel, Queen Khalifa. Babylon used to devil by NY, check my fever. Niggas think I'm lying cause they sleeping. But bitch, I ain't no fool shopping my tools every season. I said paper on paper on paper. Ain't no genocide, we was killed on paper. Buried us alive in the products of the paper. They know who we are, so they hate us cause they ain't us. I said paper on paper on paper. Ain't no genocide, we was killed on paper. Buried us alive in the products of the paper. They know who we are, so they hate us cause they ain't us. Guess I gotta start bad rapper, tell these niggas how it happened. Control is the goal, now you space like William Shatner. Technology's economy has overthrown your balance. Now your headaches come from waves, microcells up in your atmosphere. Fears how they take you, they spike you for being active and questioning all the requisites made to prevent disasters. Clearing out the churches, FEMA talking to the pastor. Got the online tithe and it's survival for the masses. They never loved our classics, but bite off our originals. Reclassify your favorite rhymes the way they did the Seminoles. I'm so black pride that my inside's purple. If the world had never died, they probably never alert you. You need to venture out and stop sticking the circle. Strength in numbers react different to curfews. The movement not perfume, the streets ain't gold. Our summer so cold, we left the fall on froze. I said paper on paper on paper. Ain't no genocide, we was killed on paper. Buried us alive in the products of the paper. They know who we are, so they hate us cause they ain't us. I said paper on paper on paper. Ain't no genocide, we was killed on paper. Buried us alive in the products of the paper. They know who we are, so they hate us cause they ain't us. I said paper on paper on paper. Ain't no genocide, we was killed on paper. Buried us alive in the products of the paper. They know who we are, so they hate us cause they ain't us. I said paper on paper on paper. Ain't no genocide, we was killed on paper. Buried us alive in the products of the paper. They know who we are, so they hate us cause they ain't us.
I think I'm gonna end with a hard one. Gotta end with a little hard one.
Stack that bitch up, Mike.
We gone after this, y'all. Love you
Truth
guys.
can't be told, it gotta be
Y'all
realized.
are everything.
The truth can't be told, it gotta be realized.
Soul
Freedom
Stars.
ain't legalized. Can't be told, it gotta be realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't, it ain't legalized. Realize, realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Real eyes, realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Real eyes, realize. Realize. Yeah, slavery was a long time ago. How? Same motherfuckers still here right now. Colonized on our own land, they ahead of us. Changed our name so much, they scared of us. Children of the sun, y'all don't compare to us. Pale-faced people, this ain't y'all area. Talking about America, pale-faced people, this ain't y'all area. Even up the playing field, bitch, I'm darn. How you a victim, bitch, you a Karen. Cognitive dissonance, you don't need sperm. You got white privilege, so you don't need sperm. Looking at my homeland, man, I can't believe her. Colonized came here, they ain't never leave her. Indians ain't die off cause we here. You ain't gotta lie, just say you won't be here. How you American but not indigenous? 400 years still ain't get rid of us. All Europeans and naturalized citizens made all the Indians niggas on the census. 1492 we was on the fences. Civil rights movement we was so defensive. Black Wall Street whites got so offended. Common law rights gave us amendments. Thank God don't speak truth, that's alright. First slave 1619 was all white. 1200 wasn't no continent, all white. Europe named after a black woman, alright. Grafted it come from us, do your research. Go within, quit listening to teachers. And the Nuki got voice coming out the speaker. Cut off trees done and made us weaker. Really they foreigner, the shit gets deeper. Whites don't know where whites come from either. I'm Aboriginal, we come from the ether. Ruling over us in our land, that's evil. Being colonized right now, black people. Prisoner of the war, that's why it ain't equal. Wake up everybody, don't be no sheeple. Freedom ain't free, really freedom is illegal. And we can't get mad at advantages. Whites act like we can't see their advantages. Privileges real, they working in management. Low down dirty, but they calling us savages. They want you to think they above us. All white people are part-time judges. I ain't no racist, but I ain't no sucker. I ain't no African, but they my brothers. Been lied to, I got built up anger. We built everything, still waiting on the savior. Don't call yourself black, please do me that favor. Black tourmaline will protect you from a hater. Listening to your oppressors is dangerous. Gave us a Bible and stole our nation. Said we couldn't read what we didn't know the language. Kept us on paper because we didn't see the danger. American Indian, keep the religion. Skin color look just like a penny. Wanted our land and you called us stingy. Ain't no Democrats there together, pay attention. We got ancestors, but the papers is missing. Kings and queens, we just can't remember. Remember who you are, just like Simba. Now they got a vax, we don't want that in us. George Washington is the ninth president, look it up. United States, only 10 square blocks, look it up. White people really the minorities, look it up. Courtrooms don't got authorities, look it up. You want me to say stop governing me? Gave me a straw man, it's really not me. Why you don't keep it 100 with me? Why Trayvon Killer still walking around free? Made this song for the truth, don't hate it. History was told in reverse, I've stated. We still oppressed, somebody gotta say it. I'm taking y'all to school, that's the reason I made it. History is his story. History is his story. History is his story. History is his story. That ain't my story. History is his story. Probably ain't your story. History is his story. It's his story.
We at 3:55. We almost at 4 hours, guys. We can play one more. Might as well hit it off. Play this one jam one more time. I love this.
Enemy of my tribe, of upper mind, so what's happening? Government and all y'all cross the line, so what's happening? My ancestors wouldn't like you cross the line, so what's happening? We original, y'all GMO, y'all lying. I do this for my niche.
I do this for my Nisha.
I do this for my niche. Should've left me where I was, cause I ain't never scared. Took that little ice off my neck for this arrow hit. My nation, my niche, someone thorough said. Real Americans, still pure blood.
Aye.
Let my people go and just take me instead. When it's red or blue pill, I'm only choosing red. I'ma always choose my people, you can keep that bread. Our government or a trillion, you can keep that bread. If it's one thing Jim Crow is showing me.
Aye.
I don't want no politicians ruling over me. I don't want no po ruling over me. Only somebody that's like me gon' treat me like me. I'm Anya Cherokee, Chief and Dr. G. I'm feeling G like this. Might not be as G as me. Think you free?
Y'all know we got that. Hey, this where we from. We don't need no hollow tips. We got the real tips.
When it comes to fashion, the whole world
You wanna be like us?
When it comes to music, the whole world wanna be like us. When it comes to dancing, the whole world wanna be like us. Foreigners are doing
Hey.
sports, y'all can't fuck with us. Rhythm, know we killing y'all. Anything involve a ball. Mentally, we figured out the cosmos. After all inventing shit, we smashing y'all. It's time to take through asking y'all rights by blood.
Hey, y'all already know what we do.
All our shit, artifacts and relics still keeping us away from it. When they say that was a long time ago, that's
Y'all know how your girl get down. Hey.
our technology. Gave it everything you got, but you can't put no soul in it. I ain't gon' see this.
Hey.
It's not what it seems, but I'm killing it.
I'm killing it.
Afford to pay attention who you living.
Who you living with?
They tryna mandatory vax, but is you getting it?
Facts, sis. Say that.
This ain't no Earth war. This is galactic.
You can't sit still to this. You gotta be like,
We gon' put arrows on your chest like that. Mongols can't style like us. Them fake natives ain't wild like us. They ain't got a soul, destiny as a child like us.
hey.
Wake 'em up, I'm in the
Hey.
So listen what I'm finna say. Everybody, our kids, we raised y'all anyway. What that sentence finna say. Everybody ain't here to stay. Is you with us or against us? Ain't no in between.
Ain't no in between in this shit.
Being not a human being.
Hey.
1492, but all my allies what it do. Renegade got killed for days. Be careful, I advise you to. My tribe of upper mind, so it's
What's happening? I said, what's happening?
so what's happening? We original, y'all GMO, y'all lying. I do this for my niche.
Hey. Hey, hey. Facts, bro, facts. What? Don't let me get up on y'all. Hey. Frequency, 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 frequency. Y'all, everything. Sword tonight, y'all. Have some pleasant ones.